Player 2 has joined the game.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 87 of the Two-Player Co-op Podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts here, Kevin, along with my brother from my mother, Sean.
How we doing?
Good. But hey, triple threat style this time. Nick Shafani from Nerd 901 is here.
How's it going? How's it going? Thank you.
Golf
Please,
clap,
please.
golf
No
clap.
more. No more.
Paparazzi, no pictures.
Yeah.
How you been, sir?
Doing well, man. Doing very well. Just, man, busy.
Yeah.
Sites popping off. We were at the 901 Comics concert benefit.
Mm-hmm.
Met some good people. Hung out.
Nice.
Got more stuff going up. So that means more work for Adam and I, which, hey, man, you can't
It's a
complain.
good problem to
Yeah,
have.
dude, it's a great problem to have. Yeah, it's awesome. We're having a great time.
Well, as we say every week on the podcast, I just want to thank you for actually, y'all do your job when it comes to Facebook because we don't do ours.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I always say we have a Facebook page we never update, but Nerd 901 takes care
Well,
of it
hey,
for
you
us.
know, if it wasn't for y'all, we probably wouldn't be kicking you guys and Pixel and Papers and Lee Travis, Johanna Edwards, and Shelfie. So without you guys, we wouldn't really be much.
That's the thing. Like, I always get here I always write it down. I need to write down more stuff, but I'm like, I forget of how big Nerd 901 is now because I'm always like,
Man.
yeah, Pixels and
There's like 10
Papers
people.
and just everybody
then-
else.
yeah,
Ernie
now-
and Derek and everybody
yeah.
else.
And now that we're best friends with Kevin Cerrito and Dustin Starr,
Yeah.
now I'm doing it every month. Normally, my Monday was like my day off.
Yeah.
You know, because Adam was doing just the Pixel and Paper stuff, but now
Okay.
I'm doing Kevin Cerrito's weekly trivia
schedule.
So I'm like, man. So every day I wake up, like, man, at least I don't have to worry about the site today. Like, yep,
Crap,
I do.
yeah, I
Gotta
do.
something. Yeah, which is great again because
Again, good problem to have.
without Kevin, we wouldn't be on the airwaves in Memphis either.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep.
Well, yeah, so if you didn't find out by the title, we're doing a special Friday
title?
episode of the Two-Player Co-op Podcast. We're doing our SummerSlam Predictions. It's been
And
other
others.
topics. We're going to do a State of the WWE address. I've prepared a statement. I've not at all, but we need to talk about the state of the WWE. As we lead into SummerSlam Predictions, Sean, you had a story you wanted to touch on?
Oh, crap. I guess I am going to want to write down. We had to write down predictions.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
So I don't really have
Why don't you
anything to
tell
write
your
down.
story?
I assume this part's
my
gonna be edited.
topic?
No, we
Just whatever.
you know our production value.
All
and
right.
everything.
So this
you do
has,
that, and I'll find stuff.
This has
Bye, Kevin.
a
We'll see you in a little bit.
this has a potential to spin out of control. So I don't want that to happen. But I thought it was an interesting topic. Local radio guy, I'm guessing you probably follow him on Twitter, John Martin.
Mm-hmm.
Tweeted earlier today. I'm sure nothing new. I'm sure this has been discussed many times in the past, but first time I've really ever thought about it. And we're going to have to say it all over again when Kevin gets
comes
back. But to get you thinking, get your wheels turning.
Yeah, I kind of already know where you're going,
Mount Rushmore.
and I've thought about it already.
So John Martin says... So we're just talking about John Martin. He tweeted today about the Mount Rushmore of WWE. Or I guess
Wrestling, yeah. Not just WWE.
His Mount Rushmore
Okay.
was Hogan,
Yes. Flair.
Austin,
Yes.
Flair, and The Rock.
See,
Now, like I was saying, we don't need to go off on a huge tangent.
Yeah, we can spend
I
all
don't
night
know
doing
what
that.
my Mount Rushmore is. I think you have to have Hogan.
sorry, I'm breathing.
So I replied to it. I said, Hogan brought mainstream.
Hogan is there.
Hogan is on there.
But-
you have to have Austin.
But
on
so
Don't you have to have San Martino? Even though he means literally nothing to us.
as far
He
as
held the
like
championship for like 7 years.
there. Yeah,
Yes,
but
but-
it was different then. It was
I know.
different. That was the
People thought
pre-Hogan.
it was
Everything's totally
real,
different.
real.
But that's the same thing that you can make in any sport because, you know,
Brady versus slamming
Starr.
Sammy Barr or whatever. Like,
Yeah, or like-
swinging
or
Just keep going with it.
or yes,
He slams
or,
and he swings.
or Jordan versus Wilt Chamberlain. And, you know,
Right,
like,
yeah.
it's like it's a different era, so it's hard to say. Yes, of course, Wilt Chamberlain or Oscar Robinson deserve to be on the NBA, you know, Mount Rushmore, but
Right.
it's a different era. So yes, does Bruno Sammartino kind of deserve that? Maybe, but what did he do to contribute to the broader aspect of wrestling? Yes, he held the championship for the longest time of all time, and that's why he just got into the Hall of Fame. But
Right.
look how long it took him to get in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Now, granted, some of that has to do with the two sides, but to kind of touch back to what you were saying about the different start, I want to put Hogan on there.
I think you have to.
Do you have any thought about like how the recent history with him and the racial slurs and stuff like that?
I don't think you can.
Can you knock that against him? Is that a knock? Because
It's a knock
I agree
against
with
him
you.
personally, but I don't know how. I don't think that affects his Mount Rushmore.
Because I think
this
it's
is
still-
a very
It's
legit
wrestling. It's not outside
thing.
of wrestling. Yeah.
I mean, right.
They-
The
these
thing
are-
is, like, if it wasn't for Hogan, there would be no Austin or
Right.
Rock.
Right.
Flair.
He was
There'd
the
be no
first
Cena.
real like character.
Yes.
it
Right.
seems like.
Right.
Well, I think Hogan and Flair are inarguable. Is that a word? You can't argue
Yeah.
about them. Hogan and Flair.
So to me, you have to have Austin.
You have to have Austin.
He
Rock.
literally like single-handedly ended the Monday Night War. You could make the argument he put WCW out of business.
Yeah.
He started that. Not whether you think that's good or bad for the business, that's up for debate. But
It's bad.
Austin, I think you have to have Austin.
I do.
I have an
Rock-
issue with The Rock.
I do too.
He's probably the biggest star.
I'm gonna get whiplash. Oh God.
He's probably the biggest star that the WWE has ever created.
But that was Hollywood.
But that's
That
more.
wasn't
That's like
him
all
as a
about
wrestler.
him.
Yeah.
He is
Yeah.
now huge. Does that really do much for the WWE? I don't know that it does.
Yeah, because how many people are turning on the WWE because the
because
Rock
they
was
know
once
the Rock.
there?
Nobody,
Right.
because the Rock's never there.
Right.
Like, so to me, I'm not including the Rock.
I
I think
would-
Austin
I
and
know
Hogan are
mine.
definites.
What's
Flair.
yours?
So I'm gonna go Hogan, Flair, HBK, Cena.
Oh no!
Yeah.
See,
no, I'm
I
sorry.
want to.
Because I'm putting Austin in there, so I'm sorry. I was taking out somebody. I messed up.
You're
I'm
probably
doing-
taking out HBK, which breaks my heart.
No, I'm putting HBK.
No pun intended.
Sexy boy. I didn't mean to do that, but thank you for noticing it.
Man, see, that's why this question, because I think Cena deserves to be in there.
Unfortunately,
I really
it's-
do.
To narrow it down to 4, I think it probably should be Cena over Rock. As much as I want
But
HBK,
but to me, they're
I think is the
very
best
similar.
performer.
How do you
I've ever
put
seen.
Cena over the Rock? I'm not
Because
saying I
put
disagree
Cena,
with
I
it.
put Cena over The Rock only because Cena, I feel like, brought back. Wrestling was losing its momentum for the longest of time.
Yeah.
Cena brought back wrestling. If it wasn't for Cena, we probably wouldn't be having this discussion right now. Like I would still be watching wrestling. I always did. I never stopped. But Cena made it what. I'm sorry. Hold on. What Hogan did back in the day
Yeah,
for wrestling.
I agree.
Cena did for the modern time of wrestling. He brought it back. He made it more mainstream. He made it where it
Yeah.
can be on ESPN. It can be on Fox Sports South, or it can be back into your Twitter timeline. I mean, that's what Cena did.
Not to mention, he's going to end up with the most world championships of all time.
100%.
It'll probably happen at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I would love it if it's him beating Reigns, just because that is the ultimate like worlds colliding, Nexus of the Universe main event.
Right.
Is Roman as the champ against Cena, the free agent, going for his 17th title.
Right.
As much as I would love it to be AJ wins the Rumble, goes up against Reigns, beats Reigns for the title, and it's as happy as I could be, other than the Daniel Bryan winning it and HBK winning it
Right.
back in the day. It's not going to happen.
Right.
I agree with everything you said, because ever since like you said, was it good or bad for the business? It was bad for the business that they bought WCW. It could have been really good if they didn't completely F up the Invasion. The Invasion
Right.
sucked.
That had
Not only the fact that they gave WCW,
that could have been NWO, but better if they did it right.
they could have done it right. What they ended up doing with the Nexus back in 2010 or whatever it
They
was,
did that better than the Invasion.
that's what the
Yeah.
Invasion should have
Yeah.
been.
Yeah.
They screwed it up. But anyways, that's where I was going. Cena carried them after it got so stale. Cena blew up as the Doctor of Thugonomics.
Yep.
Everybody loved him until he got the world title. And even then, people loved him because he was going against JBL and everybody hated JBL and all this other stuff. Then once he started, he beat Triple H at Mania. He made Triple H and HBK both tap out
Right.
at Mania.
Right.
That's when people are like, oh, hold up. I think, that pains me to say it. I think it's Hogan, Flair, Austin, and Cena.
Yeah.
As much as I want to put HBK up there,
Yeah.
he doesn't deserve to
I mean,
be.
because HBK is probably the best wrestler, technical wrestler, maybe even showman that WWE has
He's the
ever
best.
had.
He's the best performer
overall.
they've ever had.
But would wrestling in WWE survive without HBK?
They did for 4 years.
Exactly.
Right.
So that's why I think, as much as I want, and I kind of stepped back a little bit earlier, but now after you saying it, and after I'm thinking about it, as much as I want to put maybe HBK can be like just a little rock hanging on someone's
He's
shoulder.
like if there was
you know?
if there was a second
He's
row.
the Rock.
He's the rock. Yeah, because I mean those 4 guys are the reason why wrestling still exists today.
Yeah.
All right, so let me.
I could also argue one more thing before you go on. Don't forget what you're going to say. I could also argue that the 4th member of Mount Rushmore should be Vince McMahon.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's like
Yeah.
when you start talking about
Maybe he's the guy
inducting owners into
maybe
the
he's
Hall
the guy
of
who
Fame. It's
chiseled
kind
out
of like
the
a different.
Yeah, maybe
Rushmore.
he actually
He created
that's
the
right.
Rushmore.
Or you
Yeah.
just put McMahon.
Yeah,
just
on
his
the-
name underneath
the
the 4.
McMahon Rushmore
Yeah.
wrestling. Yeah.
So to play devil's advocate, I'm not saying I agree with this, but you both and John Martin have all said Flair, hands down.
I know.
I don't know. I love Ric Flair. I don't know if I quite get that. I'm not
He's
saying he
ki-
doesn't belong, but like,
I mean,
is it just
he-
because of so many titles?
It's
No.
it's the titles, but also like we forget, and we didn't watch him back in his heyday.
Right.
Like throughout the 80s up to the early 90s, we know Flair as really the 4 Horsemen in WCW, up through the final match on Nitro when he fought Sting and he just wore a Nitro shirt, up through Evolution when he became more of a mentor.
yeah.
You know, like once he got back to the WWE the second time when they in 2001 or 2002, whenever he came over, I don't remember when it was. He was no longer the Flair
Right,
that
the wrestler.
everybody knows him as.
Yeah.
It was just more. I mean, he won the Intercontinental title and stuff. I think maybe the U.S. title also. He won a couple singles titles and he was a tag champ
was
with
tag
Batista or
champ.
something. But
Well, so to me,
it's just like he's in between San Martino and Hogan,
Well,
even though he lasted longer than Hogan.
right.
If
Like,
that makes sense.
It's not just the titles; it's the fact that he created this character of Ric Flair,
yeah.
and you can almost make him the cornerstone of how the kayfabe or the character or whatever you want to call it of wrestling is.
Yeah.
People can almost
Yeah.
everything that Flair has done. There has been a little bit in everyone's characters
showmanship.
up to 2017.
Yeah.
The showmanship, the overselling. You know, the thing where he gets hit and he kind of walks around and he stumbles forward. The eye poke. I mean, like
My
with
God, think of overselling.
the elbow dropping a coat. Like without Flair, you're not
Right.
getting.
Do you remember
these,
the promo,
like,
too?
innovative ideas?
On WWE, I don't remember what the feud was, but I saw a GIF of it the other day where he had been cut open on Raw and he had a Band-Aid. I mean, he'd been cut open on the pay-per-view or Raw the last week or something. He rips the Band-Aid off and he's and he's punching himself until his face is just covered in blood because he broke his cut
vaguely
open
remember
again.
that, yeah.
I will say one guy who is not that. I really hit myself.
Didn't you scratch yourself on your head with
did.
a watch today? Maybe stop doing that. We put you in the
myself in the
two-player
eye.
co-op concussion
I'm
protocol.
on the DL. Triple H does not belong on there. Because talk
No.
about being as
No,
much
I
as I
agree.
love that guy and I love DX, he's not as great as he thinks he was. He married into greatness.
Well, I mean, he was great before then, but yes, he doesn't deserve to be on there only because, again, the WWE and wrestling would have survived without Triple H.
he shouldn't be a 14-time world champion. Neither should Randy Orton. 13, whatever he is now. I can't keep track because he's just fighting bugs in the ring and stuff. Whatever that crap
So
was.
back to Flair. I'm being a little bit of a homer here.
I love
and
how
I'm-
we said we weren't going to get off
Well,
on this tangent.
I'm almost done. So
3-hour podcast.
It very well could be.
So I'm showing my age, and I'm showing my homerism. When I think of Ric Flair, I know this isn't fair.
Oh no! I know what you're gonna say.
no. What
Oh,
I
no,
think
that
of-
was Nacho Man and the
No.
Huckster. Okay.
I think of his retirement match against HBK.
oh my God!
And just, I mean, the ending.
Ugh.
I mean, that was a good match.
You can't-
But the ending was like,
That's why he deserves to
It was
be in
absolutely
the
perfect.
Mount Rushmore because
Yeah.
you've got someone like HBK who you want to argue to be in the Mount Rushmore, literally in tears during a match, saying, "I'm sorry."
He didn't want to do it. He
Right.
didn't want to do it.
Because even with the script, yeah, he may have not wanted to do it because no one wants to see him
Right.
retire.
But Flair did all the backstage stuff. Flair handpicked
of
him
course,
and
now
said, "You're
technically he
doing
didn't
it."
retire because with the TNA. But
Well,
anyways,
right, exactly. And then
But
that's
I
why
think that's why
HBK
he's-
stayed retired.
right, and I think that's why he's on the Mount Rushmore because you've got someone with the prestige that HBK is.
but then he
middle
went
of
and
match.
wrestled in TNA.
For like
Yeah.
2 years.
But what is that really?
I do
So-
agree. That match, you can't tell a story any better than the last
Yeah.
like 5. The whole match, like you said, it was a good match.
Right.
But like the last 5 minutes of that is pure WWE storytelling at its finest. And Shawn, like when he pins him and immediately grabs him and starts like, and is like in tears, like you said, he's in tears and he's holding his head and is like, I'm so sorry. I love you, Rick. Thank you so much. And he just gets out of the ring and just,
It's the stuff like that makes me love wrestling. Because if you go back to a few years ago at WrestleMania in San Francisco when Seth Rollins had to run out and put the Money in the Bank match, you can hear like a very low audible sound him pinning Roman Reigns, saying thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Because
and people they took the audio and they blew it up. And I'm like,
that's why I
so
love
cool.
wrestling. Because yes, sometimes WWE is going to f things up, and sometimes we're not going to agree with it. But most of the times they're going to put something on that I can't quit the WWE. I can't quit wrestling and stuff like that. With Seth Rollins being able to run out and make that pin, or like you said with HBK, in tears pinning Flair. It's why you keep coming back and why I'll keep drinking whiskey during the pay-per-views.
So let me nominate one more person.
Brett?
Undertaker.
Oh, God, you threw a monkey wrench into it.
Talk about...
Oh, man.
In a world, in the
why
world
did
we
I
live in
not
today
think of
where
this?
you don't have many
I've been
characters
thinking about him the whole
left,
time, but
he is like the one gimmick character that has somehow, it's a little corny.
He
but,
went into the biker thing for 2 years, but he still was.
But
then
the
he
fact
went
that
back.
that character has lived for 20 years.
Oh my God, Shawn!
And probably still living. I mean, like, I wouldn't be surprised if he has another WrestleMania match.
That dude has got like two broke. That dude looks like if our dad would have tried to wrestle Roman Reigns, that's what it would have looked like.
Right? Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know that he
No,
belongs, but it's for nothing else than just the fact that gimmick has lasted and it hasn't.
Sure.
I mean, we have Hell in a Cell matches because of him. We have we don't really have casket matches anymore. But like, just think
have
of
the
all of
streak.
the like.
Yeah.
Not only that, but all the years where he carried WWE as, like you said, the gimmick character, where he won the
Ministry of
title.
Darkness
He won the
and all
title
that.
what, a month or a week or something after he debuted. He beat Hogan and then he lost it
and
like
then
a
he
week
lost
later.
it back.
From then until WrestleMania 13 in '97, 6 years, he didn't even sniff the title because he did what he was supposed to do. He won the title, lost it to HBK. I mean, he lost it to Brett. And then from then until like WrestleMania 22 or 23, again, he just
23.
he just carried the weight of the WWE on his shoulders. He didn't have to win the title like HBK didn't need to win titles to help carry the company.
Yeah.
Now I don't know.
I don't know. It's I mean,
can we
it's
put
tough to
5 or
narrow
6
down to
people
4.
on this
Yeah,
Mount
I mean,
Rushmore?
Yeah, I mean, are we limited to the mountain space?
It's
that
tough.
thing?
I don't know.
That's a tough call. I see that, but I think ultimately, if you want to make the argument of how WWE is nowadays in 2017, you got to think of like the Rushmore being kind of mainstream,
Right.
and so I'm gonna stick with as much as I want to put HBK or Undertaker on there. I'm gonna stick with my original 4.
Yeah. No, I
Kevin?
can't. I mean, I can argue, but I can't.
You decided
argue.
on your-
I'm
Stick with
sticking.
the same one
I'm
that we did.
sticking with Cena, but it's like 4A and 4AA are
Attitude
Is
adjustment.
Cena giving
Taker and
AAs
Rock.
to people?
I'd actually probably put. I think I would actually rank Rock higher on the Mount Rushmore rankings than I would HBK.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I would, just because the crossover appeal and all that.
Right. Yeah.
Rocket's got a new tattoo.
I hate that.
I don't
tattoo.
like that.
I hate that tattoo one bit. Can you imagine all the people that have gotten Brahma
sorry.
Bull,
Right.
Brahma Bull tattoos because
Kevin
of
Owens.
Rock?
Kevin Owens.
Basically. I mean,
Kevin Owens
Yeah.
has a bull tattoo.
His is
basically
just
for the Rock.
twisted.
Yeah.
It'd be like if Goldberg all of a sudden got rid of the Goldberg
covered up
tattoo.
the
Dustin
barbed
Starr
wire.
and I had a conversation about that Saturday.
Really?
I'll tell you all about it later, but
right.
we need to move on.
All right. Speaking of great things in the WWE, let's talk about the state of the WWE. All right. So the last time we all got together, we had Cerrito with us also, but we did WrestleMania predictions.
R.I.P.
I was very R.I.P. Kevin Cerrito. He's not dead, just like Colin Moriarty's not dead. I was very hyped, I think, for WrestleMania because on paper it looked great. And then the first match was Shane versus AJ, and they tore the house down. AJ finally became an actual face. Then you had Owens versus Jericho, which shocked everybody by Jericho actually. I mean, yeah, Jericho keeping the title, and he dropped it the next night.
Did he? I forgot
Yeah.
about that.
He won
Yeah,
at
he
WrestleMania.
won at
Everybody's like,
WrestleMania.
holy crap, I didn't know that. And then after
I
that, it
forgot
just
about
dropped
that.
off a cliff.
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt was making, but what the hell?
That
Like,
was
why did Randy? You made.
Why did you even put the title on Bray?
Why did Orton win the Rumble?
There's a lot of questions.
Then
I
you
love
had
Randy
Goldberg.
Orton. He
The-
didn't need to win the Rumble.
I would say I liked Goldberg and Lesnar for what it was because it went about 5 or 6 minutes at least.
It's
it was
exactly
just
what it should have
It was
been.
just OMG moment, as Nick would say.
You
OMG
started
after
kinda
OMG.
thinking,
Not
like-
you, Nick. My
I
Nick.
figured,
OMG
yeah.
after OMG after OMG. Like
Figured.
all these big spots.
I mean, I kind of thought like, holy crap, is he going to beat him again?
He's
And
going to actually
then-
win in a
and then
match.
it-
I'm like,
yeah.
no, he did the right thing and he dropped it. But so it's like, I thought WWE, even I didn't agree with Goldberg winning the title. I understood why they did it. Again, through those first 2 matches, they were like up here, and then ever since then, WWE has just been. I haven't lost interest, but I have not felt the need to tune in on a nightly basis.
We could just
in
follow
a
on Twitter.
long time.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's the problem with the 4-hour, 6-hour shows. Really, you get the
too much.
crowd.
SummerSlam should not be 4 hours plus a 2-hour pre-show. That is ridiculous.
You
I
get a
feel so
crowd-
bad for those people.
Well, that's why I'm so afraid of the Shinsuke Jinder Mahal match, because other than
I got thoughts on
Shinsuke's entrance, the crowd will pop for that.
Right.
And we can talk about it later, obviously, but the crowd will pop for that, and then they will probably be dead for the rest of the match. But anyways,
It just seems like the actual, I mean, really both world titles. The Universal title, I get putting it on Brock. He is like, even as a part-timer, he's the biggest draw they have.
Right.
Pretty much when they say Brock Lesnar's going to be on Raw,
You
you're
have
probably
to watch.
tuning
Their
in.
ratings go whoop.
Right.
be on all
So
night.
I kind of get it. But the WWE title, I mean, AJ killing it. And then he drops it to Cena. Okay.
Just so
That's
Cena can
fine.
drop it to Bray, so he
Just
can
to
drop
turn
it to
around, and
Randy.
he drops it to Bray, who drops it to Randy, who drops it to Jinder.
Why did
and now
Randy
Jinder's
win?
had it like
Why did
for-
Randy win the Royal Rumble again? What was the reason for that?
Just so that because
Just
everyone
to
figured
set
out
up-
they
right.
could have just had that match without the title,
They just figured
without
Randy
the
was gonna
buzz
win.
That didn't
projector.
need the title build up to it. That's
You know what the first pay-per-view after WrestleMania was?
backlash.
Payback.
No.
I've got 3 words for you. House of Horrors.
Oh yeah. On a
What
Raw pay-per-view.
in the blue hell was that?
I don't even remember what happened. I just remember they like dropped a fridge.
It was
on
all
them.
That wasn't a Raw
pre-taped.
pay-per-view. That was a mixed pay-per-view because it was the first pay-per-view right before the shakeup or the drafting or whatever.
It was pre-taped.
Yeah, I guess there was a little bit of
It was horrible. Well, yeah. So let's talk about that. So the
It
Superstar
basically
shakeup.
it reminded me of the Hollywood Backlot Brawl at WrestleMania.
Yes,
12.
also pre-taped.
Yeah. And then
And
okay,
the
well,
Boiler
let's
Room
go back to
Brawl.
other matches, and then oh crap, here they are again.
At
Let's
least the
finish
Boiler Room
match.
Brawl back at SummerSlam '96
That was all
pre-taped.
live,
No, it
was
was
it?
pre-taped when they came out. Then they came out and they finished the match. That was all obviously live, but that was entertaining. The
That
Backlot
was
Brawl
fun.
was just weird, and it was all like Goldust at the height of his whatever.
Right.
So yeah, then the Superstar shakeup came, and this was going to change everything, right? You know who went to Raw? Apollo Crews. Miz brought the IC title. Dean Ambrose.
so they could continue
So
that
they could just
feud
keep
for
fighting.
some
Which of it
reason.
now is over.
Forever. Kurt Hawkins. Okay. Bray Wyatt. So you do all he Callisto.
Well, that's why they did that House of Horrors without Randy
Right.
Orton's title on the
Right.
line.
Just so he could but why are you pinning the
Bray
WWE champ also? Oh my god.
So Bray-
Just to come to Raw.
Well, if you
and
think
then-
about Jinder Mahal had stolen the title, so that's the way you're pinning a champ.
Oh, that's
titleless.
no,
pinning-
that was
you-
before he dropped the title.
No, he was still the champ, but Jinder had stolen. it.
Jinder had
he
stolen
pulled
it.
an old
Yeah.
school heel move.
He
Literally stole it.
He
Yeah, he
stole
literally
it.
stole
Yeah. He stole
Okay.
the title on that SmackDown, the SmackDown before the pay-per-view.
Right.
So that way Bray's not pinning an actual champion. He's
Right.
pinning a titleless champion.
So stupid. The fact that WWE has to come up with these jumps in logic, just
Yeah.
Heath Slater and Rhino went to Raw. They completely crapped on them. Alexa Bliss, good move. She
She was
deserves
probably
the
the
spotlight.
biggest.
And Mickey James, which
Who
I guess
cares?
she's still there, but now she's just a jobber. Like I get
Yeah.
that she's
I was so excited
older.
when she came back in
Yeah.
Memphis,
And now she's
she
like
just does
nobody
nothing.
cares about her.
Yeah.
SmackDown got Jinder Mahal. Kevin Owens, which was great.
Yep.
Sami Zayn, because apparently they can't be on separate shows.
Yeah.
Primo and Epico. That helped the tag team division. Tamina, who is possibly the worst female wrestler of all time.
She's pretty bad.
Charlotte,
She's also awful
which was
on mic.
big. Sin Cara, Rusev, and Lana, even though they're not together anymore.
So they swapped
Even though-
Sin
but she's
Cara
still-
and Callisto.
Yes.
Did anybody even notice?
Who?
Like,
The guy in the mask? Okay, which one is which?
Did you? There's a
And the New Day. That was the biggest
that's
get.
a big one.
That was
yeah.
the biggest get.
Sin Cara wrestled with Luke Harper like in a house show over the weekend, and Luke Harper wore like a lucha style mask.
God.
It was great.
Luke Harper.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. Why they
The
can't
match
figure out
at
with
Mania,
him.
if they were gonna
awesome.
if they were gonna have that beef for the title, it should have been. And we talked about this on the podcast. I think it should have been Randy versus Luke versus Bray for the title. The whole Wyatt family. Nobody trusts anybody.
Yeah.
Who's gonna side with who? That would have, without the projector of bugs. Like
I kind of like that for like the effect of it, but you're like
It's almost like
but
they
why
just had the
those-
idea, hey, we could do this during a wrestling
Yeah,
match.
but why have those
that fits
effects?
Bray Wyatt.
Because those
he should
effects are
fight
supposed to
Randy
help out.
Orton.
Yeah.
We should have it be for the title. So let's go ahead and have Orton win the Rumble and have Bray win the title.
just
So
for the projector.
it's like they just wanted to do that. Okay, how do we make this happen? Boom, boom. Put all these pieces in place for a
But it's
cracking
kind of like
match.
Bray Wyatt is like the opposite dead man because you've got all these like
He should be Undertaker, but he's
you got
right,
all the
he's
different
Anti-Taker.
spectacles and the projector of the
Right.
worms and stuff like that should help you win matches. Like that should make
Right.
How do
Bray
you do all
Wyatt
that
is-
crap and then lose?
Right.
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt, as far as the character, he's like a more believable Undertaker right now.
Yeah,
He's like, as far as the character, I mean, he never
but they
wins
screw
a
his
match.
matches up
Right.
all.
But he's
But
one of
like
those
he's
guys-
got that character
For
that
some reason, he's one of those people who can. I think he's like Dean Ambrose. He can lose matches. He could lose matches for 6 straight weeks. People are still going to get behind him.
right.
I mean, I love the character of Bray Wyatt. I love Bray Wyatt.
I do, but what I think WWE completely they overbook it.
Okay. Breaking news: Akira
I was
Tozawa
about
won
to-
the title.
I was going to wait till we got to the actual cruiserweight thing.
That's-
here on
So-
the list.
Austin Aries can't beat this guy at 3 pay-per-views for the title, but Akira Tozawa. I've got some thoughts on cruiserweight, and you see Kevin's idea right there. We'll get to that here in a minute.
Yeah.
The two things I think of House of Horrors is. Remember when there used to be the rule in the WWE that if you're the world champ or any champ, you had to defend your title within 30 days or you had to forfeit it? Remember that? I do. Now, Brock, 3 months. I'll defend the title.
One defense.
Yeah, one defense.
If you remember me, the last time I was on this show for wrestling, in my controversial take on Brock Lesnar,
You don't like him.
I can't stand him. Can't stand him. And I've talked to our pal Dustin Starr about it, and he has a point that like Brock's done what he has is his career, and so he is the highlight of the show. He
Yeah.
deserves to have whatever accoutrements come his way. But I can't. I guess at the end of the day, maybe I'm a purist. I don't know what you want to call it, but I can't stand the fact that there's the title. Like we talked with Cerrito, the title not being around is not good for the company. I don't think.
I know.
It's tough because I mean he is a legit. He's the biggest draw.
He's yes, of course.
I will tune in. I mean, I don't always watch Raw and SmackDown. I usually just read what happens the next day, and then I watch the pay-per-views. But if I hear he's going to be on, I'm probably going to try to catch at least that
Right.
segment. And
We
it's
need
tough
TV 'cause he's gonna
because
be on tonight.
Yeah.
he's the big draw. But at the same time, yeah, it's not a good look for the company to have your champ not be there. But at the same time, I feel like I'm watching him just because I don't really know what to make of
And
this
so
guy.
honestly, that's
I
why
never know when he's just gonna
But that- and
forget
that's-
that he's wrestling and
and
not in
try
the
to kill
UFC
Randy
match.
Orton.
Exactly.
But that's why
That's
he
why-
doesn't need the title.
That's why.
But it's tough because how do you have Brock freaking Lesnar around,
Not the champ, yeah.
and have him not be the champ?
see. That's
Like,
why I don't complain about Jinder Mahal. Honestly, what's the damn difference? You have a wrestler, you have a character that you give the title to make money. That's
Right.
exactly what they do with Brock Lesnar, who's never around. At least Jinder Mahal is wrestling every week. I'm down for a wrestling champ.
Yeah.
That's the only. I mean, like, yes, it sucks that the stipulation was we need to make money in India, so here's the Indian.
Right.
Indian.
That's
and like,
what bothered
like
me.
you said the other day, so who's the Chinese superstar that's going to
Yeah,
win the
right.
title now?
But at the same time, like that's the same beef that you could have with Brock that I have with Brock Lesnar. He's never around. He's not wrestling. So how's he making you money?
But I feel like he at least has the talent to deserve it.
Jinder Mahal's not like uber talentless.
He's pretty.
He's not talentless, but he's not. There
Well,
are
he-
so
of
many
course he's not
more
Brock-
deserving
he's-
people
yes,
on that
but he's
roster.
not Brock Lesnar. Oh, I agree. But he's not.
You have a
Brock
roster
Lesnar.
with
I mean, you got
Orton,
AJ Styles in the
Cena,
mid card now, and
AJ, Kevin Owens,
in the
and you
mid-card
had the
now.
title on Ginger.
No,
Mahal.
I agree with the like.
Did you say Ginger
I
Mahal?
did say Ginger. I was hoping nobody caught it.
I didn't. I was
He's
The red-
definitely
the
a
red-
too busy
redhead.
being
Yeah.
a butthole and talking over you. So.
I will say this. The way Brock has been lately, up until his Samoa Joe match, because I feel like in his Samoa Joe match, as short as it was, and people think Joe should have won, I think Joe came out looking like $1 million,
I think so,
even
too.
though he lost.
Yeah, I think so, too.
To me, it just looked like Brock got lucky. He survived. He caught him with an F5, got a quick pin, and he got out of there. And
They're
up
making him
until
look
that
a lot more
match,
beatable now.
I don't think Brock has been motivated. I don't
Right.
think he was motivated against Goldberg because he's like, what the hell? Why am I dropping to this freaking 50-year-old man?
Yeah,
Seriously,
sure.
what? I don't care. Okay,
Sure.
jackhammer, I'm dead. Whatever. I don't care. I'm going through the motions. Way back when he beat Cena in one of my favorite matches of all time, when he squashed him for the title, because I would never think you would do that at a WWE pay-per-view over John
On SummerSlam,
Cena
at SummerSlam.
on the Mount Rushmore
Yeah.
of WWE, probably. That title reign, he was in it, and he was again. He wasn't there a lot, but he didn't take a 3-month break between title defenses. Brock motivated is must-see TV. He's just not always motivated.
Right.
Yeah.
But leading into your talking about Jinder Mahal, so that was the two things I was going to say. Since WrestleMania, I just remember the House of Horrors and how horrible it was to watch.
Can't get off your mind.
Brock Lesnar not being there, and Jinder Mahal as the champ. My problem, there are heel champions like what The Miz does.
Right.
But Jinder Mahal cannot be Jinder Mahal and Brandon Stroud. Brandon Stroud says this, and he's right. Jinder Mahal was the least talented member of 3-man band, and he's the world champion. You could make the argument that Heath Slater is a better wrestler, and
Drew McIntyre.
thank you. Drew is definitely a better.
Drew
Drew
Mac-
McIntyre is getting. He's getting some run now. He'll be back up on the
He'll be
main
back,
roster. I
yeah.
think.
Yeah.
That guy's talented. Jinder Mahal, I get it, but it's like we thought when he was fighting Orton for the title, we both said they're selling network subscriptions by just getting him in the race.
ring, yeah.
He's not actually going to win it, and then he won. I was like, oh my god, these two little friggin' dweebs. You've got to be kidding me.
See, and I think that's another way to like protect the WWE and that WWE.
Great
title.
Khali, why?
I'm glad. Well, yeah.
See, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I don't have that big of a beef about it, because it's not like Jinder Mahal is, winning the title. It's Jinder Mahal and his two Singapore brothers, or that's not probably right.
The Singh brothers.
Singh brothers, thank you. And then Great Khali. So like, it's the old.
Great Khali. I was like, you've got to
Yeah,
be.
yeah.
Like you said when we were watching it, you're like, I was going to make the joke,
I was
but
like,
I didn't think they'd
kinda thought
actually
this
do
might
it.
happen,
Yeah.
but I didn't actually think it would
But
happen.
I mean,
and
I just
then-
think that because they just build him as a great
Yeah.
heel. Now, what's gonna suck is because he's not getting over as they want him to be. Is when he drops the title and
It's over.
and he goes back
He
to
will
just
just-
being a
yes.
nobody,
Yeah.
and like that will be the ultimate.
I mean, look at like
kinda
Dolph
slap
Ziggler.
in the face.
As much as I hate it, that's
Where's Dolph been?
He's being repackaged, is what they're saying. He's been off TV to be repackaged. There's rumors of another superstar shakeup, not as big, but moving some pieces
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
What are you going to repackage Dolph as? Like he's Shawn Michaels 2.0.
Right.
Let him be that. Give him AJ. I mean, AJ Lee isn't obviously coming back, but when he was at his best was when he had AJ and Big E.
Yeah.
Remember how good young HBK was when he had Diesel as a bodyguard?
Yeah.
He was awesome.
Do we want to move on or do table?
Well, so here, let me.
Yeah.
Yes.
As long as we're talking about, we are at August. Basically at SummerSlam. What's the match of the year? I got nothing.
Oh, I do. I just had this.
Last
the other
year,
day.
but after SummerSlam,
It was
it's probably
Cena,
AJ and
at
Cena,
SummerSlam.
and number two,
It was
I think
KO and
Zayn,
Zayn at the
yeah,
pay-per-view
at
Battleground or whatever
Yeah.
it was. Yeah.
you had two by SummerSlam. You had two match of the year candidates. To me, nothing on this card screams
match of the year.
match of the year to me. Maybe AJ and Owens, but they just don't seem to handle those two right, even though they could have a
You got
match of the
AJ
year.
getting caught in a table.
Right.
You got this weird. The ref didn't know to count the three or not count the three,
Right.
and then they make up for it on SmackDown with just now we're playing hot potato with the title.
Yeah, that was
So,
that was.
I don't know. It's just like
As much as it pains me to say this, my match of the year, I think, is AJ Cena at the Royal Rumble. Because it took everything. Cena did the AA into the
I guess I was
rolling
thinking
AA.
almost WrestleMania on. I forgot that was this year. So yeah, that's probably
That's
match of the
to
year.
me that has to be match of the year. WWE match. I'm not saying Ring of Honor and all this other stuff, but WWE match of the year to me
Yeah.
it's Cena AJ.
Yeah. No, you're probably
What
right.
were you gonna say, Nick?
I haven't. I'm trying to remember what it was. Just give me a moment. We'll move on.
Okay.
I'll bring it up in a second.
SummerSlam predictions. We're recording this on Monday night. If you couldn't tell by the late breaking Monday Night Raw news, so things are changing as we go. The tag title just got added to SummerSlam, so let's cover that first. We've got Shield 2/3
Yeah.
versus Cesaro and Sheamus. I hate that now. It seems like the Hardys aren't going to fight Revival because what's his face blew up his elbow. we keep wanting the Hardys to be broken. They're still going through the trademark dispute, whatever. I feel like they could figure out a way to make them be broken without them just saying the word broken.
Right. They could do the gimmick.
But anyway, so that's not going to be on there. Whatever. I thought they might have made the tag title match a triple threat just to get them in there.
I just thought what it was.
Yes.
Sorry. I just
Go for it.
I had to go through a list that
Yep.
I had written down. Actually, it's not like a big pay-per-view match.
Okay.
It's an NXT match. Does that count?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It was the Pete Dunne, Tyler Bates
UK
match.
The UK champ.
Dude,
See, I haven't seen it.
you want to watch wrestling in 2017 and its perfection? That might be it.
Yeah.
Really?
So again, it's not like big WrestleMania,
It doesn't- yeah,
SummerSlam
it doesn't need
event
to
or
be.
whatever. But that match, go back whenever you get free time. You got 25 minutes to kill. Watch that match. That is my match of the year.
Interesting.
I'm
Yeah.
maybe sad that's an NXT match. I don't know.
I also would argue that UK belt is the best looking belt that there is now.
Yeah.
That belt
almost
is-
looks like the old U.S. title.
Yeah. Which is
It's
one
got
of my
that
favorite
kinda
belts of all time.
Motifs going on.
Again,
Yeah.
if I ever get a belt, that's the one I want to find that on eBay is the WCW US Championship.
Yeah.
I love it way better than this one. But anyways, okay, so Shield 2/3 versus,
The bar.
is that what they're calling them?
Why?
For the past few weeks now.
The bar?
Mhm.
Oh, I have heard them say that.
Or
I didn't know that's what they were actually calling it.
Shamzaro?
Shams-
Ours was missed.
Caesars.
I
I
think the
think-
official name is like the bar.
I think Cesaro and Sheamus is what I'm going with.
I am too.
I
Oh, go ahead.
go no, you go.
I'm going Shield.
okay.
To me, this has
2/3.
Austin and
Not the whole
Michaels
Shield.
written all over it. They're going to win the titles. They'll split up and lose the titles. One of them, I'm thinking probably Seth, unless they want to throw a curveball and have Dean go heel. One of them will go heel. They'll probably fight each other, Survivor Series or something. But
it
I think
is
they're going to win
time-
the titles.
It's time for Dean to go heel. I think he's gotten so stale. This whole never-ending feud with The Miz, which
Yeah.
hurt both of them, I think, was ridiculous. I think Dean has become milquetoast. I think Dean was the best. When Dean was the
hell is milquetoast?
you're just the most boring thing you can think of.
Fair enough.
If Dean, I think, was the most I liked that guy was back in the Shield days when
Yeah,
he was
same
the
here.
U.S. champ.
Yeah,
when he
same
was like a heel champ, like The Miz is a heel champ.
Right.
You still can win matches, but you'll cheat here and there where you need to.
Right.
I do think I think they'll end up breaking up. They're not going to put the Shield back together because.
no.
They have the higher standing for Roman Reigns, right?
But if they actually want people to cheer Roman, that's the only way to make people cheer.
Yeah.
him. And even then, they'll probably still boo him just because now it's cool to boo him. But
The reason why I agree with Kevin on Sheamus and Cesaro winning, because I think it's the perfect build of, all right, Dean and Seth just got back together. They're not quite on the same page. They don't really need to win the title the first time around.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a big pay-per-view, but I think it'd be even a bigger jolt for Sheamus and Cesaro to win that than the first time. Because that's perfect build-up. Is Shield 2/3 is back. All right, they're totally going to win the championship. Nah, maybe not.
Right,
It's
yeah.
going to be Sheamus and Cesaro this time around, and then maybe at Survivor Series or whatever the next Raw championship or Raw pay-per-view is, then they win the championship.
Yeah.
I think you draw a crowd in, getting Seth and Dean in, and then you put the dump truck on and have Cesaro
Yeah.
and Sheamus
Yeah.
win. Just because it
See.
helps bridge the storyline of they didn't for weeks they've been teasing the fist bump and then they finally did it tonight, but it just wasn't right. It
just
wasn't the
feels
right
forced
timing.
or something.
Yeah, it
It's
feels
like-
too forced to do it right
not
now.
only that, but Cesaro and Sheamus. Again, I don't think Sheamus should ever be world champ again, but I think from a mid-card level, that dude is super talented.
Yeah.
Cesaro
Should be a world champion
is
today.
unreal.
Yeah.
He's pound for pound. He's probably the strongest guy. He's probably stronger than Lesnar. I mean, that guy is just built
Nah, I
of
don't know
muscle.
that, but no, pound for pound, yeah. No, I mean he's very strong.
I would put money on Cesaro Lesnar weightlifting match.
I would love to see that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Remember when they used to do the Lions Den matches and stuff like that? We need more gimmicks that
Oh,
are
God,
just outside
yeah.
of the ring.
Like a House of Horrors
Of fire.
match.
Nope.
Our next match.
Okay,
All right.
before we move on, since this is serious business here, I don't know that it'll happen in this match,
Let me
but
fix your note
in
real quick.
general,
Give me your pen.
for title matches, are we giving? Let's say
2/3. Thank you, Nick.
Let's say Shield wins by let's say Cesaro and Sheamus. Let's say Shield wins by DQ,
Mm-hmm.
Am I right or are you guys right?
I think
Do we go by the winner of the match, or for title matches, do they win the title?
I'm thinking who leaves with the title.
I
That's
agree.
kind of how
I
mean,
agree.
I'm fine.
I
with that.
agree.
Okay.
I'm
I think
thinking
that's
who
how it
leaves
should
with the
be.
Because
title.
how many DQs and walkouts have we had the past
Exactly.
few months
Okay.
of pay-per-views?
Right.
Which some of them
Alright,
I
so
like.
it's on
some
the
of them I
record.
don't. Yeah. Yep.
So title matches, the winner
Guy
is
The
walk
winner
out the
who
title.
leaves with
title.
the title.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
fine with that.
Because that's what matters.
Yes. Speaking of title matches, I assume we're going to get a rematch for the Cruiserweight Championship. Neville versus now, I need to change my note, the champion Akira Tozawa. I couldn't care less about this. Neville, I'll say Neville.
Really? Because
I'm going to Zawa.
I-
I think the cruiserweight thing is just not working. Neville's by far the best, but like he almost seems like he needs to get out of the cruiserweight. And
Sorry,
do-
I know.
Like he's
Raw right
established
now.
himself. He needs to do something else. This whole cruiserweight thing is just not working.
See,
Raw
I-
does not need to be 3 hours.
I disagree.
Really?
I think to an extent the cruiserweight thing is working okay, decently well because of Neville's reign right now. Because you have this cruiserweight where if you think about cruiserweights, they're the high flying and not like the technical guys. And
he's just going to beat
he's
your
just going
ass.
to beat you down.
Yeah.
But he's also going to do that with flips
Right.
and kicks
Right.
and stuff and like what cruiserweights
Yeah.
should do. And I love the fact that Neville has been the champion for months and months and months and months. This, I think, tonight adds a different storyline to if there's the rematch, which we assume is
There
going to
has to be,
SummerSlam.
yeah.
Neville's going to come out with a new fire. Like we saw the new fire he got when he first came back.
Yeah.
This is going to be a different fire that he's just going to beat the ever living crap out of Cesaro, and I think that's compelling. And now
think
it
it
probably
is.
will be a pre-match. It will probably be.
It'll be
So are you picking Neville?
I'm picking Neville.
Well, crap.
Yeah.
I had a chance to be down 2 in the hole here.
or up to nothing.
Or
I'm picking Neville. Honestly, if this match didn't happen tonight, I was picking Neville.
I was picking Neville either way.
Just because I think it's brilliant to keep what he's doing. When's the last time we saw an unbeatable cruiserweight?
right.
Like to be able for someone just
Yeah.
to just roll through his opponents who will eventually beat him, and maybe they'll bring someone up eventually from NXT or Cesaro
Yeah.
would have won at SummerSlam. But I think this character that they're building of Neville is the best way to handle the cruiserweights.
The funny thing is I agree with almost everything you're saying. The only thing I would argue, first I need some more of that, Sean.
Jeez, you did
I'm
work
fine.
on that.
It was a long day at
Long
work
day.
and longer day at home. Not longer, much
We need
longer at
to-
work.
you
But Elijah Craig, shout out to the small batch.
Yeah.
I
Tell
think
me when.
Neville should be a champ. Just go, man.
Just go.
That's good.
Oh my God! I thought he was like, just fill it up to the
No. I think Neville should be a champ. However, I think Neville should be
Can't get this dirty. Such a
the
good day.
television champ. For so long,
I wish they would bring that back.
wanting WWE to bring back, doesn't have to be WCW, because it seems like every wrestling organization except WWE has done a TV title.
That's why when they did the whole cruiserweight thing on Raw, I'm like, oh, they're gonna do the TV champ on SmackDown, and then they just did.
Now, for the record, in my my 2K WWE 17, CM Punk TV champ. Just letting you know.
But like, think back to WCW. You had guys like, Disco Inferno, yeah, but you had like, I'm pretty sure Chris Benoit for a while, Booker T when
Jericho.
he was Jericho. All these good wrestlers. What did they do? They had to defend the title on every TV show. This is a title that floats between Raw and SmackDown. You defend it on Raw, SmackDown, and every pay-per-view.
Because you're on television.
Period.
Right.
Or like the Hardcore Championship.
Right.
You had to defend it 24/7. That was stupid.
Yeah.
But
Actually, I love that.
it got old at the end. But I want them to bring back the TV Championship in place of the Cruiserweight Championship. That's my idea.
Yeah.
They've gotten rid of the purple ropes. Don't exist anymore. I'm glad.
Oh, really?
Because
Thank God.
See, I didn't even notice
the-
that.
I feel so bad for the ring crew. Like, oh my God, seriously, we got to switch like the ropes. We got to go from red to purple to red.
But like we said
Right.
before, that doesn't feel like it's a part of the show.
Right.
We have more breaking news in a little bit, by the way.
Are you going to wait for where it hits?
Yeah.
All right.
If that's okay.
No, that's fine because I don't know what it is.
Okay.
So, all right,
It's
we
not
got
as big as the title, but what's your so is that what your idea was?
That's my idea. is
Okay.
Get rid of the cruiserweight, make it the TV title. I want to see Neville going against more than just cruiserweights because he can do it. He proved it in NXT. He
Yeah.
fought all comers. I would love to see them bring back a TV
So what
title.
do we have? You're Cesaro.
I got
We have
Tozawa.
Neville.
You guys
So right
got
now we're
Neville.
on 2-0 streak.
The Lone Wolf, Baron Corbin.
We'll get to him in a minute. Naomi versus Natty for the Your shirt.
Oh, hey.
Hey,
Natty Light.
We got you over here in Memphis, Tennessee.
that on
Naomi
purpose.
versus Natalia for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
I was like, do I have a bug on me? What's happening? What's going on?
There's a scorpion on my
like-
chest.
Can someone please explain to me why this is Natalia and not Charlotte? Natalia has been around for, it seems like, since Brett was wrestling in WWE.
I think this. I'm hoping you guys heard it too, because I may be getting it wrong. I think SummerSlam, this SummerSlam will make, I don't know if it ties or beats the record for her most pay-per-view appearances
Natty?
for a woman in WWE.
Oh.
I think she's either tied or will tie Trish Stratus or something.
Oh,
So
man.
I'm worried that
Uh-oh.
this is like they're gonna give her the title. But
No. Well, so who do you think's winning now? I need to
no,
think
I'm
about this for a
sticking with
second.
Naomi, but I maybe she doesn't win the title, but I think that's why they're doing this, just to kind of
I had no idea.
you're getting the record, or she's either tying or breaking the record, which seems. I mean, she's been around forever. but
Wouldn't it
just
be
seems
cool
strange.
if you could time travel and have Trish and Lita at the height of their prowess
with the
fighting
Divas Revolution,
this women's division?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, it'd be awesome.
Instead of the Bell Twins.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I will give Nikki credit. As much as she went from a couple of balloons to just being an actual wrestler. Like, she held her own, and now her neck has betrayed her, and she's coming back or she's not. I don't really know, but Nikki is way better than Brie. But anyways, time travel. Okay. I'm going to go Naomi.
I'm gonna go with Naomi, and I think that Carmella's gonna cash in.
I do too.
I have a feeling that
Naomi's just getting kind of
Carmella
stale.
and Baron Corbin are both cashing in, and we'll get to that later on.
Don't steal my thunder.
We'll get to that later on.
Don't
But
steal my thunder.
I think, and we'll get to the other women's division match later on. But I think both of those women's divisions titles
Wow.
need a shot in the arm.
Yeah.
To get going.
I
And I
do
think
not-
the cash in, and then
Yeah.
what I think later on will be exactly what it is.
I don't. Naomi has never connected to me with me. I don't know what it is. The entrance and everything is cool, but now she's turned the WWE Women SmackDown
Like a
title
light
into
up
like.
t-
It reminds me of. I hate it. It reminds me of when Cena had the
spinner.
spinner. I'm like, I don't like this at all. She's got a cool entrance. I don't get her in the ring. I just don't.
I mean, she's
But I didn't even think. I forgot that there's a women's
Yeah.
Money in the Bank.
Yeah, and like I said,
Damn.
we'll get to the Baron Corbin stuff later on. But spoiler alert, I think that both of them get cashed in that night.
Yeah. That could happen.
Yep.
Speaking of Baron Corbin, and I think the three matches we've talked about, I think either 2 or 3 of those will be on the pre-show. That's why I listed them first. This is in the order that I created this list.
Oh, okay.
Cena.
Wait,
versus-
hold on. They can't put the women's title on the pre-show, man.
They're not going to put the Raw, the flagship show,
Sure.
and they're not
If
going
it's
to
on
put
the pre-show,
Cena.
she's not cashing.
They're not going to put Cena. Orton's not going on the pre-show.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they could do like a. We don't have Sami Zayn on here, so they can do a Sami Zayn versus Sami Zayn and Ty
could throw
Diggler
something in.
versus someone else. They
Oh,
can
by
do-
the way,
they can do a.
speaking of Sami Zayn, the whole Maria and Mike Kanellis thing completely sucks. Keep Maria, get rid of that idiot, and have her manage Dolph.
Yeah.
They had history. I just thought of that. They had history back when he still had the short hair.
Yeah.
It was
Unfortunately,
post.
they're married, so you're probably only can't
Yeah.
get both. But
Yeah.
I mean, I think you'll get the cruiserweight probably on the pre-show. You probably get Sammy and Ty Diggler versus whoever,
Right.
Maybe on the pre-show, and then the Fashion Police on the pre-show.
Oh my God.
God.
That has been the best part
Yeah.
of anything
SmackDown.
over the last couple
Yeah.
months.
Yeah.
Raw or SmackDown,
Yeah.
they're better than Brock. They're better than everything.
Yeah.
It's so stupid and so over the top that I absolutely love it.
Yeah,
Okay, so Cena versus Corbin.
I'm going Cena.
Cena has lost
No.
trivia.
Oh.
He's like 2 and 4 or something over his
He
last.
has
SummerSlam?
lost at the last 6 SummerSlams.
In a row?
6 SummerSlams in a row he has lost.
No.
I read the article today.
AJ. Somebody.
AJ, then he was
Oh,
in...
not Rusev. Del Rio, right? Was that when he came back and he beat him?
No.
No. That was a
SummerSlam.
smaller pay-per-view when he
Okay.
took the U.S. title.
That was, I
I
think,
don't remember
Hell
what they
in a
are.
Cell.
I can look it up real quick.
14 was Brock. Did he?
He lost to
wrestle at
Daniel
15?
Bryan at 13. He lost to CM Punk at 11.
Did he wrestle at
In
15?
12, he lost to CM Punk and Big Show in a triple threat. And I forget what the others are. But go ahead.
So you kind of stole my thunder too. I'm not going to predict.
Me, I stole your thunder?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to steal.
I'm not going to predict that. I think Carmella cashing in is more likely.
Okay.
Corbin, to me, he just hasn't done enough. Like, he fought Shinsuke and he won, and then he turned around and lost on the following SmackDown.
Right.
And then he got put through a table by Cena. And now he's fighting Cena. To me, I don't think he's going to cash in yet. It just doesn't seem like they're doing enough with him. But Jinder Mahal's a champ right now, so anything's possible.
I'm sorry.
But it makes sense because he kind of sort of had a feud with Shinsuke, and then they're like, okay, well now Shinsuke's going to fight him, you're going to fight Cena. So it would make sense for Shinsuke to win, and then I do think Cena's winning, and it reminds me, not that this would be the first time it's happened, it reminds me of
2015 with Seth Rollins. That's what we forgot. Title versus title, U.S. versus world.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's lost at 6 SummerSlams in a row.
Wow.
There's no way he's losing to Baron Corbin. Mark me down for Cena.
All right, so we all have
Cena
Cena.
for 2.
And
I have a take on it.
What I
as well.
would say
I'm going to let Sean finish.
is if and when Cena wins, I think Cena wins because as much as I don't think he's going to cash in, it almost reminds me sort of what they did with well, no, I guess it's not the same. I was going to say when WrestleMania 10.
Oh, man.
When Owen beat Brett and then
Brett
Brett turned around and won, or Owen. Oh yeah, and then Brett won the title later that night. So I guess it's not really the same. But I'm thinking Cena beats him, and then Corbin comes out, and
so we are on the same type of train, but different years and tracks.
Are you on a spirit track?
Nope.
no, nobody is.
No. I don't even know what that is.
Never be. It was the horrible touchscreen Zelda game on the DS.
Okay. It's probably
You're
not
not video
Zelda.
games in here
Speaking
somewhere.
of, by the way,
Speaking of, by the way,
I had a little bit to drink before I came here, so forgive me. I may be getting a Switch in like 2 or 3 days. Yeah. Breaking news.
God, you need to play Zelda. Oh, my God.
No, that will be the first game I play.
Oh,
And probably hate it. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
No,
I'm
no,
kidding. I'm
It's
kidding.
impossible.
Adam?
I'm kidding.
talk to your brother.
I'm kidding. I'll love it. So same similar parallel tracks there. I'm thinking Corbin is more on the Seth Rollins cash in type of way where he lost to Randy Orton.
There you go.
at
Yeah, that makes more.
WrestleMania,
And then he came out and won
and then
the
he
title.
came in, and because they did the same thing where Rollins had a couple matches and he won some, he lost some, and he had like a feud where it was kind of like meh. So I'm thinking it's going to be the exact same thing. He's going to go out, lose to Cena, but then in the night he's going to cash in, or not at the end of the night, but somewhere wherever it is, he's going to cash in at the Shinsuke Jinder
Yes.
Mahal match.
I will give my full thoughts when we get to that match. But I think the first match on the pay-per-view is going to be Cena versus Corbin for a reason. I think that's
Almost
going
like
to be
Seth and
you're going to
Rollins.
kick it
You
off
get
with a
Seth and
Cena
Rollins at, like,
win.
the second or third match that night at WrestleMania. Yeah.
By the way, one of the best RKOs in the history.
The
the curb
best
stomp.
RKO of all time. Are
The
you
curb
kidding me?
stomp, you can't say curb stomp, but the curb stomp and it just whoop
Yep.
and pop. And he had the
He had
the elbow pads on and everything. It was vintage Orton. Oh my God, it was so
know that when they were like setting up that match, that not only Seth but Randy were so excited.
They're like, this
for
is
that
gonna be
ending.
so
Because
awesome.
It's gonna be the coolest ending and the best RKO of all.
Yes. And it was really on Orton because all Seth had to do was get up in the air and go flat.
But
and then it's
to
Orton
flip
has
someone
to
off your shoulder.
Well, right. You got to
But
be.
at the
so
same
he
time,
lifted
I mean,
him up.
I know
Orton
wrestling-
had to move.
I'm
to
a
catch him at
two-time
the right
national
spot.
champion cheerleader, so I know how much it takes to flip someone in the air. It takes a lot.
So
We need a widescreen lens.
I know wrestling isn't real and all, but as cool as that was to
It's
see, it's like,
scripted.
why would Seth jump off him that high and go flat? Like, it's just
because I'll tell you why in kayfabe.
because Orton flipped him, and
Yeah,
that's what
because
made
he
him go.
went for the because
He went for
Orton
the-
knew he was going to go for the curb stomp. Curb stomp. Orton braced himself.
Yay, whiskey.
As soon as he hit him, I think Orton in kayfabe moved his head forward so that instead of landing on his head, he landed between the shoulder blades. Then he had all the force of his huge muscles, and he went wow bam, and he just cacao, wow bam, into a cacao.
Okay,
God, I
so
love
here's
this
what I
So
would
we're all
like.
going Cena.
Here's what I would
all
like
going
to see
Cena.
happen, because I feel like it's been a while.
Stained.
I want to see. Never mind. We'll get back to it later.
Stained?
What about him?
Been a while.
Oh God, I was like, where did we go?
Wait, are you?
I'm gonna come back to it later.
Okay. Next match. In the I don't know what the hell they're doing category, Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt.
So that's my breaking news.
Oh.
Finn and Bray had a match tonight.
Okay.
Bray won. Clean. Bray won clean.
Wow.
So I don't know.
I will say,
I'll check Will Crick what's going on.
As much as I just got shocked by that result, I am not on the Finn Balor bandwagon.
I love Finn Balor.
I think he is overhyped.
I think he's struggling to get back to where he was ever since the injury. I mean, not talent.
When you take
I think
the
they just don't know
demon
what to do
away,
with him.
what do you have other than you have a cruiserweight who is wrestling with heavyweights that has a horrible finishing move, and
No, that finishing move is awesome.
it's a stomp
But so all right, so that's the
like
character.
Kirk Franklin.
Yeah, but that's the
Shout out to
character
1995.
of
Yeah, but I mean,
that's the character of
your boy
Finn
Daniel
Balor.
Bryan. I'm just gonna run and knee you, and then I'm gonna pin you.
If
No, I
somebody
know.
runs
It
and knees you in the face, you're dead.
If somebody
If someone
jumps off a
from
5-foot thing
15
and lands
feet
on
in the air
your
and
stomach,
lands on your stomach,
you're gonna
but he
explode.
doesn't land on their stomach. Like the way he does it, it's like he goes and then he
Well,
just
okay,
falls. Whereas
Breaking
Bryan,
news: Daniel Ryan doesn't actually knee people in the head either.
Go to YouTube.com and type in Daniel Bryan, John Cena, SummerSlam ending, and watch that.
Okay.
And or you could say the same thing about Shinsuke's.
No, the
How do you say it?
Kinshasa.
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 Hit.
Corey Graves calls that move the best, by the way.
Corey Graves is underrated as an announcer.
He is.
Cerrito didn't agree on that, but I think he's underrated. Anyways, what we're talking about, I don't see. I think Finn Balor is a very good wrestler. I don't know that.
So what do you think about Nakamura? To me, they're very similar. Cruiserweights, fun, crazy.
Nakamura
entrance.
is strong style and all that. I like Nakamura's style better than I do Finn's. Nakamura's style looks more like it would legitimately hurt you than Finn's would.
So, well, that's how they portray Finn's character, is that like with the shotgun drop kick into the second turnbuckle, it's that Finn's, and with his kick, like, and with that little cannonball kick he does on the side of the apron, that's how they portray it. That's why that finishing maneuver works, because he's got these strong kicks that, like, when he hits you, it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
And then when he drop kicks you into the second turnbuckle, it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
And it's going to hurt so bad that he's going to set you up for 2 freaking stomps in the chest, and you can't breathe. So you can't kick out because you can't breathe. And that's why, to me, that finishing maneuver and Finn's like kicking ability sells his character, because they did that in NXT. His finisher used to be, instead of kind of the coup de grace where it was 2 feet to the chest, it was 2 feet to the back of the neck and driving you into the ground. Yeah, and they had to.
I wonder why they changed that.
Yeah,
well, that's why Samoa Joe doesn't do the Muscle Buster anymore.
because of
Right,
Tyson
that's
Kidd.
kills
That would. Oh, that was one of the coolest finishers.
Yeah,
I'm
so that's why I can get down with Finn and like his style, because for the whole match they're telling a story, just like every other match, telling a story of why they build you up for that finisher, and so it's kicks after kicks after kicks, and then it's the Pele kick, and then it's the cannonball kick on the apron, and then it's the shotgun kick into the second turnbuckle, and by the time that you're taking the coup de grace, you can't breathe, so you can't kick out when you can't breathe.
Yeah.
That's why I'm down with Finn.
I love Finn. He's
I do too.
one of my. If
Are we
not
all
my
picking
favorite.
Finn? We're all picking Finn.
Yeah, especially after tonight. I mean,
guess.
Bray
Okay.
won, Finn's win.
Especially now that
Finn's
Bray got
win.
the win, he's going to get it back.
Finn's win. And he's coming, and finally, hopefully, coming out in Demon.
But he said he's not, I thought. I read an article where he said, I don't know that this is on the level of the Demon.
This is the level. All right, so we were following with Twitter. This is the level of Demon because he just got blood poured over him.
Oh, he did? Oh, okay. Well, never
then
mind.
he is,
Okay, all right. He's going to come out as a
some
Demon
form of,
King.
like red liquid that looked thick like blood.
Wow.
So I can't 100% confirm it.
TVPG goes out the window,
Well,
finally.
I can't confirm it because we're looking at Twitter as fast as I can before we're in the podcast. But something got poured over him that looked like blood. He's coming out in Demon Sunday night.
Here's what I will say.
And he's not losing as the Demon.
No.
This is definitely going to be a 2-hour podcast. Here's what I
feel
will
like we're
say.
there already.
And I'm going to get fill up.
we're
I'm going to get
roughly an
extremely
hour.
controversial right now. Everything I just said about Finn, it actually makes me sound like a hypocrite, but I kind of feel the same way about CM Punk. That dude, for as great a wrestler as he was, he never hit the go to sleep where it should actually like knock somebody out. The percentage of him actually hitting that move where it looks like he actually needs you in the face was like 5%.
Sure.
Not only that, like his elbow, I know he paid tribute to Macho Man every time he did the elbow. He didn't do the elbow like Macho Man. He didn't do the elbow like HBK did. A lot of his
Bailey's got a
offense,
better elbow than CM Punk does.
Bailey. A lot of CM Punk's offense I felt the same way about, but I loved him much more as a wrestler. I don't know if it's everything else. Like Finn has the demon. He has no mic skills. He doesn't have a lot of personality outside of the demon and just, I'm going to kick your ass in the ring, which he should. I love that.
Right.
But CM Punk I think CM Punk was better at telling a story in the ring than Finn.
Yeah.
See,
CM Punk's one of the best storytellers,
Yes.
my guys, that we've seen in probably decades.
Yes.
Other than The Rock and John Cena.
Yes.
When Punk first came in, I loved him because he was different. And now I'm trying to think of what he used to do. It was pre-go to sleep. And then he started doing that. Like, how generic of a move. Like,
And he stole from Tommy.
I hated it. Before he did that, he did like the whip into the corner. Then he did like the running knee into like the headlock, into the
Oh my
bulldog.
God, yeah.
And then I think he did like some submission or something. It was just like a cool. He used to just be
He's
different
always-
than everybody
well,
else. And then they're like, hey, start doing this go to sleep as your finisher. And it's like, well, now you're like everybody. I mean, not literally.
Well,
but
Punk has always been one of the like a person that's innovated different moves.
Yeah.
And he's always used moves of the past, and then he's had a little different turn to them. You know, for a while, like you said, it was the knee in the corner and
Yeah.
the bulldog, and then as he's gotten older, it was knee in the corner, clothesline.
yeah.
And the go to sleep, he connected a lot more actually because he used to have the Anaconda Vice.
That was
Which
what
is-
that's what I
I
was
don't-
And
thinking.
he
Yeah.
still broke it out a lot, but
But he never won in matches like
But that
the
was his
Anaconda.
finisher.
Yeah.
His finisher.
And
back
so
then.
I will never forget. I don't remember the WrestleMania number. It was I think it was 29.
Undertaker?
No, I think he was
Orton?
No, him and Jericho.
Oh, that was
maybe one of the best wrestling matches we've seen in decades, and it was.
and the story to that was so
Perfect.
good with Jericho
Perfect.
pouring
Yeah.
whiskey over him on Raw and all this other stuff. Like,
and then
oh,
they-
God,
and then
it was so well done.
It actually made me believe.
I think it was
I think it was 29 or 28. It was in Miami.
29 was Undertaker. Oh, it's
So that'd be 28.
Okay, 28.
No.
It was in Miami.
Oh no, I mean, that was
27.
Orlando.
oh no, it was 28. 29 was in New York. It was 28.
It was the same
28.
one that Rock beat.
Okay,
Cena
that was 28.
Cena
Yep,
the
that was
first time.
28.
Okay.
29.
So-
Cena got his win back.
It is such a perfect. I will never forget sitting in a friend's house and we're screaming back and forth, and they're like, changing out submission moves. Jericho tap tap tap. CM Punk puts on one tap tap tap. Like it was such a perfect storyteller that that's what CM Punk meant to WWE.
And we're completely off on a tangent here. I don't know how
Yeah,
we
I
got
don't
here,
know.
but it was me. But I will say again, I said this to Sean. I don't know if I ever said it to you. Is it possible for someone to be one of the top 10 wrestlers of all time and also the most underrated wrestler of all time? Because that is Chris Jericho, and I think he's both of those things. I think he's a top 10 all-time talent. I think I didn't
The
appreciate
fact that
him
he's
back
still
in
doing
the
what he's
day.
I don't
doing at
think
like
he's underrated.
43,
I think
44, whatever, however old he is now.
I
When you
think-
think of the greats of all time, do you ever even think of Chris Jericho?
Yes.
He.
Someone.
Okay,
So,
well, then
so, all right,
yes.
So,
My arguments are gone now.
so the Royal Rumble a few years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, that Chris Jericho came out of nowhere,
Yeah.
and it was Dolph, then him.
Yep.
Literally a day before that, I'll never forget.
Oh God, that
this.
was 1-2.
Yes.
Yeah.
A day before that, a coworker of mine asked, "Who's your top 5 favorite wrestlers?" And I gave him. Chris Jericho was in there.
Okay.
I was like, but it's sad that I don't know the next time I'll see Chris Jericho. The Sunday, 2 days later, because it
Yeah.
was a Friday. 2 days later, that Sunday, Jericho shows up and he's beating the hell out of Dolph Ziggler in the corner, and the fans are chanting, "You've never, you still
You
got
still
it."
got
And he's
it.
like, "I never lost it, baby." I was like, "That's why I don't think he's underrated, because of course he's not.
No.
How could he be?" I understand. What you're
I'm
going
saying
with.
like as
Yeah.
as a whole, like I don't think people this dude by hook
He's
or
a
crook,
president, yeah.
He beat Austin and Rock
The
in the
Undisputed Title,
same night. before anybody respected this guy. And then he got in the whole thing with Triple H and Stephanie and all that.
I mean, he had
just
a
got
great
buried.
showcase with HBK where he actually punched HBK's wife in the mouth.
Yes.
And when
he's
he
the
came
one
out-
that friggin' the reason HBK is like this now is because Jericho threw him into the TV.
Yeah.
And he hit it. It's not Jericho's fault. HBK hit it wrong. He got glass in his eye, whatever. I could be completely making this up. I have not sourced that if that's true or not, but I think that's when his eye went lazy. But
I think it's all alcohol.
Jericho and
Cocaine.
I just feel like
Cocaine will get you.
I feel like I don't know if it's maybe not among the hardcore wrestling fans, but I think Jericho is completely underrated. I think he's the most underrated wrestler of all time because I don't think anybody. We talked about Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
None of us. We got about 7 or 8
yeah.
wrestlers deep. Nobody talked about
I
Jericho.
was just about to touch on that. The fact that we went that far and never even thought about Jericho, you may have a point about that, but I don't know if he's underrated. But
I
don't know
think
if
he's Mount Rushmore talent, but he hasn't had Mount Rushmore impact, I guess I would say. Like, he's always been there. He's consistent.
He hasn't crossed over. I mean, he's got Fozzy, but no,
yeah.
no one's ever listened to Fozzy.
Right.
Have you listened to Fozzy?
I've heard them a couple times on Sirius. And it's
Oh, you
when
have?
when you hear them, it's like,
That's Jericho? That's awesome.
You can tell it's Jericho.
I've listened to Fozzy.
When he came out,
So Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt.
God.
when Jericho came out, when he made his
whiskey in a
debut,
podcast.
When
when he made his debut with The Rock in the ring, the whole countdown to the millennium.
Oh my God.
I don't think I've ever been so excited. And I'm trying to think. Did we have any idea it was going to be
1999?
him? Or were we like, oh God, here comes Jericho?
Yeah,
Or
I
that
think
was.
that-
I'm trying to
that
think.
was-
That was
there
like
were
pre,
message boards back then. That was like
right. That was.
Prodigy
I wouldn't
internet.
say pre-internet, but yeah, it was pre.
It was like AOL internet.
Right.
All I know is
I've never been so happy.
one of
when
the
he came
best. Whoa. One of the best all-time entrances. At least
For the record, I love this belt because it hides me like creeping on my phone.
all this. I was gonna say blood. It's not blood. His entrance music.
out. Bad blood.
Like Rock. If you smell boom, 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 what the Rock boom, boom is kicking. That was the game. That was
No,
not
that
Chris
was
Jericho.
Jericho.
No, that was
Yes.
Triple H.
No.
Bow,
Wow.
wow, wow,
No,
wow,
that's
wow,
the Triple H.
wow.
I'm doing.
Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Whiskey, bourbon.
There's
So there's
a lot on this list.
so there's that and his. How does Cena start?
Oh, it's
Doom.
Oh, yeah.
Doom. Doom.
Yeah.
And then there's Undertaker gong. And there's HBK. Okay.
right. And then
there's Brett's
the best, Austin.
All right.
Man.
Thank you guys so much.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
So Big Show.
Do I
and
need to
Cass.
come back another night to record this?
So
second
Big
half
Show
of the
versus
podcast?
Cass. Enzo is in a shark cage. I couldn't give.
I don't care.
This
Yeah.
should be on the pre-show, but
It
because
should be,
he's
but it
in a
won't be.
cage, it won't be.
Cass,
right,
because
Cass.
they're trying.
Cass,
they're
because
forcing
Big
him
Show
down
is
our
a jobber.
throat.
Okay.
Move on. Yeah.
By the way, we don't need any more tangents, but I am siding more with Cass than I am Enzo.
I don't care about either of them.
I don't care about either of them, but I'm like, Enzo, you're being a D. Like,
right.
he broke up with you. Move on. Stop trying to recruit bigger dudes and bigger. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. It's hard to keep up with these two because separately they're boring.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, Big Cass is he's tall, he's strong, he's the Vince McMahon kind of prototype
Yes.
of wrestler. But honestly, separately, I don't care.
No.
So yeah, so I'll go Cass.
All right,
Right now
just
for
for the
Cass.
record, we're
Just
4
sumos.
matches in a row, all in agreement.
What?
Okay, so New Day versus the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship.
New Day.
New Day rocks. I don't know what the clap. That was not. Never mind.
Yeah, it's 2 claps.
New. All right, we all going New Day then?
I'm going New Day.
I think
Yeah.
as much as I think the Usos are a joke,
They
not
have some good
talent-wise.
matches.
No, I know that, but I think if they could get over the whole, like they've gone like we are bad guys.
No, they totally flipped. They're like, hey, we're fun. We smile. We have face paint. And now they're like gangsters. Like,
New Day-ish.
Let's find a happy
Right.
medium. And
One day ish.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Not New Day.
I actually wasn't calling you out on that. I didn't hear you say that. Oh, perfect.
I think if they would just be a good heel tag team, they are so talented. And it's almost a shame that they're twins, if this makes sense, because
I
they're.
still can't tell them apart.
But my point exactly. I think they could be. They're both good enough to be singles wrestlers. They will. Neither of them will ever
But
get
they
a chance
won't.
as
they
a
don't need
singles
to be.
wrestler.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, so you're taking New Day?
I'm gonna go Usos, just because there's
Okay.
too many in a row.
Sure. I actually like the Usos where they are right now because they are finishing matches where they have one of them jump off the second rope and like crush a kneecap, the back of the knee. They're still not great on the mic. They never really were.
They really need a manager, I would say.
Yeah, they do. But I like the Usos at this heel turn with how they are. But I think I'm going to take New Day to keep this. I think New Day brings a new life to that tag team on SmackDown.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take them just because they can because they can take on any other team and still because New Day can still always be the face. At this, it's hard to say that
You
New
can't
Day
turn
is
them
a
heel now.
anymore. But
They were heels to start, and
But
everybody
you can
loved
take
them.
Fashion Police and turn them heel. You can take You could take Sami Zayn and Ty Diggler and turn them heel if you really wanted to. New Day as a face is a perfect way to do it. And I'm gonna stick with New Day.
I think New Day got screwed by WWE. Clearly, was like, we need to get Demolition off the record books as the longest reigning tag champs. I know you're getting stale in the Bootios and all this other stuff. You're gonna stay the champs till you break this record, and then you can do your own thing. New Day, they're so talented. I still say, no, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. You know what I think about my boy Xavier Woods and who I think he is.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna say it.
I don't know why it's so controversial.
Yeah.
I think Xavier Woods is so underrated, not like Jericho is, but I think Xavier Woods, I'm not saying he's as good as this guy. There is something about him that reminds me of Shawn Michaels.
Why would you not say that?
Because
I think you're right on the head with that.
I think he is the
Xavier
African American Shawn Michaels.
I think Xavier Woods is the probably most.
he is so
arguably the most-
charismatic.
He's arguably the most talented person in the New Day.
Yes.
He can do whatever he wants.
He's
to.
better than Kofi. Big E is awesome
Big E
in his
is
own right,
super athletic. I'm not
but
thinking
Xavier can go with anybody. Big E can't go with anybody.
Xavier could wrestle at any class he wants to,
Yes,
Right.
other than
yes.
like super heavyweight.
Yes.
But Xavier can wrestle with AJ Styles if he wanted to. Xavier could get in the ring with John Cena if he wanted to. Xavier is one of those premier athletes, not Rusev, premier athletes, but that can just do whatever he wants to. He can jump off the ropes. He can hit a super move. He can hit a super kick.
Yeah.
He can do a great.
I'm glad
elbow
I'm not
drop.
alone in thinking
No,
this.
I think Xavier
But
Woods is.
I actually think something about him makes me his look. It's his smile. It's the dimples. I'm getting really weird right now. It's something about him makes me
Man
think
crushing over Xavier Woods.
HBK.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
He is one of those people who can single-handedly, if he wanted to, go in a ladder match with Dolph Ziggler and carry a match.
Oh, you're making me more sad.
Yeah, he's just one of those people who I hope eventually is going to be able to hold a singles title one day. Maybe not a heavyweight champion, maybe not the Universal titles, maybe that or the WWE title, but maybe the IC title, maybe the US title. I think Xavier Woods is.
I can see that.
I 100% agree. He's underrated, and he
Yes.
can do whatever he wants to in the ring.
All this is making me think of now is how sad I am that Shelton Benjamin got hurt after he signed his contract.
Mm-hmm.
That is the most underrated wrestler of all time.
Yeah.
And it's not just him jumping into the
not
best
just
super
the
kick of
bump,
all time.
yeah.
That guy, when he was Team Angle with Charlie Haas, and Charlie Haas was good too, but Shelton, get better. SmackDown to Raw, I don't care where you go, just get back to the WWE, but lose the gold hair. I hated the gold standard thing. That just was not cool. Okay.
I'll never forget a match that he did, and he was supposed to completely flip over the top rope. He hung his foot on the top rope, and I don't remember who he's wrestling against, but they had to come and save his life because he got Benjamin had one of his feet hooked on the top rope, and he was going to flip and land on his neck on the ground. If whoever he was wrestling didn't notice it and came over there and just took the worst bump ever.
Jeez.
Yeah.
But like I said, he is still known for the best super kick of all time.
Yeah.
He jumped across the whole damn ring, and HBK he timed it perfectly. I don't know if that was more Shelton or HBK.
I think that's Shelton.
I think it's more Shelton. HBK just okay,
I'm gonna put my foot up there,
I'm
make
just,
it look
You
good.
just fall back like this somehow. Okay.
Yeah.
So match 5. Okay. Randy Orton versus Rusev. Why?
I don't care.
I feel so bad for Randy Orton. We talked about this. on every wrestling thing we've done on here, I talk about how I think Randy Orton is underrated. I know he's kind of boring and stuff like that, but in the ring, again, like Brock Lesnar, when he's motivated, he's so good. The lead up to the Brock Lesnar match a year ago, he was all in. He was RKOing him, and he was like doing all this other stuff, and he was messing with Jericho, like, oh, am I going to do it now? I'm going to do it now. I'm going to do it now. And then he got there and he got freaking elbowed in the face, and it's like, I don't know why they gave him the title. I also don't know why they made him lose it 17 straight pay-per-views to Jinder Mahal. I have no idea what to think about this match.
Orton's gonna win because he needs it. Because they've had him lose to Ginger 3 pay-per-views in a row, and Bray the one before that. Like he's on like a 4 pay-per-view losing streak, I think.
He just pinned the champ. Why? Why do you have him lose at 3 straight pay-per-views
And then
you
beat
have
him in a non-title match?
Jinder Mahal on SmackDown clean, but he's not the champ. Why? I think
It's stupid.
I think
This is my biggest problem with SummerSlam.
I think he's going to beat Rusev. I'm picking Orton.
This is my big problem with SummerSlam. Is it just seems like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just there's no. I remember way back when we were talking about WrestleMania predictions, like predicting the card, not
Yeah.
the winners. I was like, it'll probably be so and so versus so and so, so and so, so and so, so and so, so and so. But then I'm like, wait, they never have a card where it's just 1-on-1, 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 1-on-1. That's what this is, and it just seems they're like, all right, well, we're gonna move on from Orton and Jinder.
Rusev's out there,
back.
just go RKO
Well,
him.
let's have him fight
Okay,
him for
yeah.
some reason, and then, well, God, now we got Cena left. Well, Corbin doesn't have a
Corbin
okay,
attacks
so you're gonna
Shinsuke,
fight
so
you're
fight
gonna
him.
fight
Yeah.
you, and it just seems like it's just over. I don't care about this.
It's
match
like the anti-WrestleMania 2000, where they were like,
where there were no
singles matches. Right.
I'm picking Orton. It just seems like Rusev, even though I don't even like him.
I like
Rusev
him a
is
lot.
kind
I
of like
think
the
he's
SmackDown Bray Wyatt. He's just like he's got the
I
talent,
think he's
but it's just like
misused,
he's
yeah.
just there to put other people over. And
I don't know if he counts without Lana. And by the way, she is from
Yeah.
like Nashville.
yeah,
No,
she's from Nashville
or Florida. It is
Nashville.
Nashville. Okay.
No, she's from Nashville.
Oh, that's why they're living there now.
Well, that's true. Maybe she's not from.
I think
there, but
she's
they
from
definitely
Florida, but they live in Nashville.
Maybe
Yeah,
that's
they live
it.
in Nashville.
She has no
ain't
accent.
You're going to
I thought when she split
Yeah.
from him, they were just going to go. Her name's like C.J. Parker or something. I don't know what her real name
that's-
is,
yeah,
but
that's
is
it.
it C.J. Parker? There's
Are you
too
going-
much.
Are you going
in my
Orton?
head. I'm going Orton.
You're going Rusev, I bet.
Yep.
Why? Just because?
No, I think that I think that Vince McMahon still likes him a lot. I think that his future is still destined to be somewhere in the high mid card, possibly heavyweight. Heavyweight division. So I think he needs to win.
The other thing,
Orton's loss or win really doesn't matter. Why is it,
exactly.
who cares?
Orton, his win-loss record does not matter at all. He's still
And
Randy
honestly,
Orton. Yeah.
just Rusev could win some other form of way. It doesn't have to be the accolade. It could be a accidental count out or some crap like that. So Rusev needs to win more than Orton does. I love Rusev.
yeah.
I think he's awesome.
Yep.
He needs to win if he's going to be more than just a jobber at this point.
I would like him to get
when he
back
comes-
into the
when he
U.S.
came back-
title chase.
Yeah, when he came back for Cena, you just knew he was going to lose.
Right.
I
That
think-
flag match was so stupid.
yeah.
The gaps in I said it earlier. The gaps in logic that WWE expects us to do, like
Yeah, just disbelief.
Just
yeah.
throw the flag into the crowd,
That's why I think Rusev and,
or just throw the little
and
stand,
honestly
throw it over there,
until
and then
we'll see
you're done.
tomorrow night for SmackDown, the ways of opposite logic works. That Orton's got the best of Rusev the past couple of weeks, so I just think
that's
that
true.
Rusev's gonna win.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Again, I think that Rusev needs it more than Randy does because Randy could lose and no one cares.
It doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
13-time champ, nobody
Yeah.
cares. So okay, Sasha or Nia, who won?
Sasha. did.
Sasha.
Okay,
Mhm.
Alexa Bliss is winning this match. Raw Women's Championship: Alexa Bliss versus Sasha Banks. Alexa's winning this match. I don't think they're putting the title back on Sasha. As much as I think Sasha is awesome, I am glad, and this is going to sound horrible, I'm so glad Bayley got hurt. I think she needs to step away.
Did you watch last week
No.
when she was out there?
She got
Oh,
She
the
got
boos.
booed,
Yeah.
and she was like-
and she addressed it, and they're like, "No, we're gonna boo you harder. You
But
suck.
Yeah.
they were in one of those cities that do
Toronto.
that.
We're gonna make
Yeah.
Yeah, they do it. Yeah.
By the way, remember when Daniel Bryan, the Yes movement,
I was here.
Memphis, Tennessee.
Yep. I was here for that. I was in that arena.
Were you-
I was at FedEx Forum for that.
My old boss, Keith White.
I was like, how did those people
Shout out
get
to
in
Keith.
there and we didn't?
He was in the ring. He was in the ring.
Oh, that's awesome.
Him and his
Yeah.
son were there.
We were here for when Daniel or Big Show like drove out a Mack truck for it against Daniel Bryan. I
Holy
think that's right.
crap.
And then the next year,
when he was like Money in the Bank around that time,
something like that.
Yeah.
And then the next year, yeah, it was the Occupy Raw match.
Yeah.
I was like, how's
This
this
is
happening
awesome.
here? Yeah.
I was on Facebook. I was like, Keith, I see you in the ring.
Yeah,
How
man,
is this
we were-
possible?
We were there for that. It was the best. I'm gonna go Sasha, only because it's the same reason why I had the same feeling about Naomi and Natalie.
Mm-hmm.
Is that both women's division needs a little bit of a shot in the arm. You know, like it just needs a little bit of a turnover. I love Alexa Bliss as a champion.
See, I think she is the shot in the arm. I just think she needs.
if she retains, I think it's fine. But what the WWE is doing with the women's division right now is kind of that's a big gulp.
Big gulps, huh?
Big ups. Cool. All right.
See you later.
But
See you later, guys.
I think what they're kind of doing right now is kind of stagnant, and I think if you maybe if like Alexa Bliss loses Sunday at SummerSlam and then gets a rematch on Monday night and gets the title back, that's kind of like I hate tossing around titles because I think
Yeah.
that just kind of like dilutes the title. But I think both women's division, as much as I love them, need a little bit of shot in the arm, a little adrenaline, and switching titles will cause that to happen.
I think this. Now that I know it's Alexa versus Sasha, I think this could steal the show.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh man,
those
you
two
kidding? Yeah.
together. Nia, I love Nia too for what she is. She's the Braun Strowman of the women's division.
Someone who deserves the title.
But then, like they had
Yeah.
Becky Lynch. Just remember back at Survivor Series, like I got you in a disarm or you're
Right.
tapped out.
Yeah, they
Whoa,
just killed
you just
her,
killed
yeah.
her. I think they're going to tear the house down. I love Alexa. I think she is one of the best male or female on the mic. Period. Right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I don't know if she comes out in Harley or what she's going to come out in, but I think Alexa should keep the title in an awesome 4.5-star match.
I agree with you, and I think Alexa is. I think the division is fine. I'm going with Alexa.
Okay.
However, so I'm going with Alexa because at this point it just seems like Sasha is an afterthought. I don't
I
think
hate
they
that.
were gonna put the title back on Bayley, so now I don't think they're gonna put it on Sasha. What I think is getting stale is Sasha. I think they need to turn her heel. It seems like
Yes.
they've been
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
verge
Yes.
of it
Yeah,
lately.
100%, yeah.
But you
They
can't
should've
turn
done that
her
with Bailey like 2 months ago.
You can't turn her heel against
a
Alexa
heel,
Bliss.
right.
So I'm thinking she loses, and then I don't know. Maybe
A
they
double
use,
turn, maybe?
they use Bailey somehow on Raw the next
Sacrifice
night
her or something. Yeah.
and then Sasha turns on her to go heel. But then it's like, okay, if you got Nia, Alexa, and Sasha are all heels, and Bailey's injured, you don't have any faces. Who else is in the Raw women's division?
They're completely underusing Mickey. I know she's old, quote unquote. She's younger than us, I think, but is she not?
I don't think so. I think she's
Well,
maybe her
okay,
age.
she-
younger
maybe a
than
little older.
younger than me.
Maybe.
I'm
I think
35, almost
she's-
36.
She's she's probably around your age. But I don't know. I think
your age, you people.
I think they need to do something with Sasha. It's getting old.
She has got to turn heel. I
yeah,
agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
So I don't know how they do it. I don't think it happens at SummerSlam unless they do some kind of a. I mean, I don't think people love Alexa because she's a heel. I don't think she works as a face. I don't think you can.
37?
I don't think you can have Sasha
I love
go
Mickey James.
heel by like losing and then just beating the crap out of her.
You could
after
do
the
a
match.
Brett Austin.
That's what I'm saying. But then,
That would be
But now Alexa's the
awesome.
face, and I don't think she works as a face.
People love her as.
But people love her because of what
for
she
her
is.
talent,
You
that's what I
can't.
mean.
You can't turn her face.
I think you
don't-
can. I think you can.
I don't know. I think Alexa wins, and they need to do something with Sasha. But I think she's destined for a heel turn soon. I don't know if it happens at SummerSlam. It may happen the night after, but I think it's coming soon.
She needs to beat the hell out of Bailey, I think. All right, now I think we get to the 3 biggest matches on this card.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Go for it.
I have to pee.
You can go pee.
Okay.
Sean,
Yes.
I'm going to call you Nick Scarpino because he always has to pee. You got the Kind of Funny shirt. You're Nick Scarpino. AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens is the match. All right. Shane is the special ref.
That just seems weird and forced to me.
It was like the ending of AJ versus Owens when they got the weird pin. Did you go back and watch that ever? Because you were watching Game of Thrones when it
No,
happened.
I watched it.
Okay.
I watched that live.
So you did?
That was on SmackDown. That wasn't on Sunday.
No. The one at the pay-per-view when they were from submission to pin to submission to pin, submission to pin. And then all of a sudden it was like
yeah, that I didn't.
AJ was like holding on to the cross face even though he's not hurting
I
him.
think I saw a highlight on SmackDown. Yeah.
It was weird, but apparently that was the way they wanted it to end. They Dave Metzler said that was the way they wanted it to end. They changed it the day of whatever. I thought you were working on something. The only point in this match, and I hate this, is they're building to Owens versus Shane. Right? Otherwise, why is Owens back there shoving refs? Poor Mike Chioda. He's getting shoved around the place. Shane comes in, and then he's like, because we know they're not going to let Bryan wrestle.
Right. So you do Shane instead.
Are they going to take this all the way to WrestleMania?
I don't think so.
8 months from now? Or is this going to be a Survivor Series match? I think they're clearly building to Owens versus Shane.
Maybe. It could be.
These are two of the most talented guys on the card.
So who are you picking?
I'm picking AJ. I'm picking AJ because I think what's going to happen, the whole point of me talking about that is I think they're going to further the Owens-Shane feud. I'm not saying Shane's going to not count his pin or anything like that, but I think there's going to be something where Owens gets frustrated. He's going to push Shane. Shane's going to push him back, whatever. Maybe AJ jumps from the outside and hits him with a phenomenal forearm. Forearm.
The forearm.
And pins him. I don't know that he can even get... I think he'd get Owens up for the Styles Clash, but AJ's going to win, and it's going to... Something having to do with the end of the match is going to feed... It's going to feed into Owens versus Shane.
You're probably right. I'm picking AJ as well.
Okay. We got 2 AJs.
I'm trying to think of where they go from here. Maybe you get one more match out of these two at the next pay-per-view, and then I think maybe AJ...
As bad as this is for me to say, after this, I want the feud to be done. These are 2 of the best
should
wrestlers
be,
in
yes.
WWE.
I think AJ
This is like the 4th or 5th match. I'm not sure. I'm like, okay.
I think it's the 4th. This will be 3 pay-per-views in a row, and then they had the SmackDown match. And I think that's it. Oh, no, because
that would be
and then
5.
they beat him at the house show.
Oh, yeah, he beat him at MSG.
So I think it is 5 if you count the house show. I think AJ wins, and maybe he feuds with, like, Rusev or something after this.
That would be good. But, so, Nick, I'm saying AJ wins. The whole point of this match, unfortunately, is to build to Owens versus Shane, hopefully at Survivor Series, because this does not need to go all the way to WrestleMania.
No, yeah, I agree.
We're both picking AJ. Who are you picking?
AJ.
Okay.
I think this makes more sense.
You're a smart man.
Yeah.
I'm just torn because it doesn't seem like Shane... It's not like Shane's all buddy-buddy with AJ and doesn't like Owens. Like, they've been keeping him fairly impartial.
Well,
but it almost seems like it should somehow end with, like, a...
It was so random
SummerSlam
that Shane's
97.
even the ref.
well,
It almost ended
a steel
with
chair.
HBK, like, where
Yeah.
he does something that he didn't really mean to.
crap.
I don't know if he screws AJ or if he screws Owen.
Oh.
But either way, I think it's something that whoever wins, it's going to be because of Shane, something he didn't mean to do.
Damn.
But
well, last week on SmackDown, Owens made a reference to the fact that, like, not too long ago, AJ put Shane's face in the window,
Right.
Yes.
You know, so
Which I love in WWE, where they actually keep track of history
Right.
and all these storylines that, like, once the storyline's done, they just forget about it. Owens is
Right.
like, no, like, you smashed this dude's face through a freaking car window.
Right.
I think you're right. It doesn't make any sense to have this feud between Kevin Owens and Shane to last to WrestleMania.
Right.
So have it happen at SummerSlam, and then that way AJ can maybe move on to other guys like whatever the Miz repackage is, or Sami Zayn, or Finn Balor, or not Finn Balor, but just so maybe Rusev. I think you said Rusev.
He's
Yeah. So AJ just makes the most sense, honestly. I mean, there's no reason for Kevin Owens to have that title.
But he's the face of America.
Yeah, true.
The Canadian man.
True.
Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. Okay. I'm gonna take the floor for a minute.
This is your house.
You
It's
mean
your floor.
The half table?
It's not my house. It's my pool house.
The half table.
Jinder
It's nice, right?
The table.
Let's take a moment to appreciate the
This
table.
I'll tell y'all what. This
That's all.
table. I see why y'all keep rubbing the table.
It's very pleasing.
Shout out to Sean for the fabric.
I was kind of nervous. I'm like,
No,
guess
you
this
made the right
is-
choice.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I like it.
during your little monologue, I'll just rub the table for the whole time.
You rub the table.
Is that
I'm gonna rub.
distracting?
I almost
Oh, God,
went really
no.
weird. Okay, Jinder Mahal versus Shinsuke
you have the floor.
Matsuyama. I
Close.
know it's not
No.
it.
no.
But it's like anyway. Okay, Nakamura.
Don't go there.
Yeah.
Here's what's going to happen. There's no Great Khali. The Singh brothers are a factor, but they don't play into the decision. You're
Taking
right.
your
You're
talents.
right with your yeah. Shinsuke wins the title. This is a repeat of 2013.
Yep.
Daniel Bryan. This is a repeat of SummerSlam, except with Triple H doing the pedigree. Shinsuke wins the title. Not confetti and all that, because it'll be in the middle of the show somewhere.
Yeah.
Shinsuke wins the title. Baron Corbin cashes in, beats him. So Shinsuke's winning the title, but my caveat is Baron Corbin is leaving as the world champ. Because you cannot have Baron Corbin cash in on the most heel of champions in a long time,
Right.
in Jinder Mahal. Shinsuke wins, but Baron leaves as a champ. I guess it
I
wasn't
think
that
you're
dramatic.
probably in agreement with that.
Yep. 100%.
So-
I think you're exactly right. I think that
He's not going to cash in on Jinder because you're not trying to make Baron Corbin be a face.
Right.
Everybody outside of India, 1.3 billion people, hates Jinder Mahal.
I don't hate Jamal.
I don't care about Baron Corbin at all. There's nothing about this guy has impressed me since he's been on WWE.
But he's the most metal superstar.
F that. I almost went non-PG TV. People talked about how good this guy was in NXT, and I didn't watch him in NXT. Nothing since he's been on the main roster has told me that this guy should win Money in the Bank, A, or 2, be the world champ.
Correct.
Damian Sandow was a more deserving Money in the Bank winner than Baron Corbin. If I had my mic, I would drop it.
Those are expensive. Don't drop them.
Don't drop him.
So I'm really torn here. I want Shinsuke to win.
What? Sean has no bourbon. He needs more bourbon.
You guys don't have bourbon either.
What were we drinking? I've had like 7. Sorry.
I want
Sorry,
Shinsuke to
podcast.
win. But I just don't know. He is so talented, but I just don't know that he's ready to
He's
be
not.
the
That's exactly.
WWE
You're-
champ yet. So
Not for a reign. That's why I think he is. I think he's better at chasing the belt than he is holding it. That's why I think we never got to see what Daniel Bryan as the face of the company looked like as the world champ. We saw him chasing the title from SummerSlam when he beat Cena in one of my favorite matches in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
I'm like, why is Triple H still in the ring? Why is he still in the ring? I hear voices in my head. Pedigree.
Oh, no. Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, God. I remember the whole time confetti was falling. Triple H, no, God. Triple H stayed in the ring. And I was like, no, whatever. Don't play Randy Orton's music. Don't play Randy Orton's music. Don't play Randy Orton's music. And then I don't remember if they played his music first or if he got the pedigree first.
No, it was his music first.
No, I think you have the pedigree first.
I could be wrong.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Hit the comment section below. Let us know.
Yeah.
I think,
won't allow us to
again, shout out to
remember it.
Elijah Craig. Shout out to my baby girl, Eliza. Don't ever watch this video.
There's nothing wrong with this video.
It's wrong.
Other than alcohol.
It's a lot of alcohol. We never knew what Daniel. It was like it reminded me of HBK up to WrestleMania 12. The build up to him winning it was so good. Him as a champ was really good too. Great match against Diesel in the no holds barred match when Diesel pedigree
the fake leg.
He power bombed him through the thing. Diesel grabbed the fake leg. 2 pay-per-views against Bulldog. I don't know who he fought before he fought Vader. All the backstage.
Mankind. Oh no, that was after Vader.
That was after
July
Vader.
was it was HBK, Warrior, and Ahmed versus Johnson.
Vader, Bulldog, and Owen.
Probably, yeah.
And then the Mind Games match was amazing.
Yeah.
I think Shinsuke, it was a long way to get back. Shinsuke is better as chasing the title than holding the title.
It's weird that you say that because I was actually thinking that I could see a Shinsuke title run being similar to HBK's first title run. And that, to me, that was before... that was before... Now, I may be misremembering.
All around. Give me some.
But...
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
remember
surprised I hit it.
HBK being like unbelievable on the mic. Obviously, Shinsuke is not. He barely speaks English. But like, it was more just what he does in the ring. Not that he wasn't good on the mic, but it was all about what he did in the ring.
He was best on the mic when he was a heel, though. Just like
yes, exactly.
Jericho.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I can see Shinsuke doing that.
I'll tell you this about just Shinsuke's talent alone. If Summer, my wife, can watch one Shinsuke match and like recognize how good he is, just with what he does in the ring.
Okay,
That
not
he's
the
fantastic.
entrance, the actual in ring.
No, yeah.
Okay,
Like she loved the entrance, and then she watched a match with him,
okay.
and she was like, "Oh my gosh, like this guy's like compelling in the
Different.
ring, and like
Yes.
different than like because she loves John Cena, which who could blame her? But like
He's a beautiful man.
he's a beautiful man. But she'll watch a Shinsuke match, and she's like, he's different because he does X, Y, and Z.
Right.
Different than, Dolph or John Cena or The Miz or Roman Reigns, the guys she's used to. And then she watched a Shinsuke match, and she's like, this guy's different. He's really good at what he does in the ring. And it's like, if someone can figure that out, then why can't anyone else?
I feel so bad
So-
for Dolph.
Yeah.
All right. So I have not written my answer down yet because I'm still kind of thinking. I want it to be Shinsuke, but I'm just afraid it's not going to be. What
I think it's run its course.
Yeah.
What I want to happen. All right.
I hope he can Shashish
Kinshasa.
Snoop Dogg's
What?
every Singh brother, and the Great Khali comes out and he gets a friggin' kick to the face too, and then he pins Jinder.
So I think here's what I want to happen. I'm
Kinshasa.
going with Shinsuke.
Kinshasa.
Kinsasha.
What I want to happen, A, because I just want it to happen, and B, because I
HBK
really
wins
think
the title.
because I think we're just due. I think Corbin cashes in
Yeah.
During the match.
and loses. I
He
think
beat-
Shinsuke
Whoa.
wins. Maybe gets beaten up
I would
by
freaking love
Jinder
that.
and the
So you
Singh
think
boys.
I would
and then
love
Corbin
that.
cashes in, and then somehow
He hits him
Shinsuke
with a
still
kick and
pulls
pins him.
it off.
No.
And then
Wow.
There's
That's
only
what I
been
wanted.
one.
Awesome.
Well, two,
Two.
because Mr. Kennedy lost it.
he didn't
no,
even.
No.
He
There's
lost
only-
his
he
money in the
never
bank before
actually
he cashed
cashed
it
it.
in.
There was only two.
Who's the other one?
John Cena against
Oh,
CM
that's right,
Punk.
on Raw, because he's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, he
And fucking
Raw 100.
Big
or
Show.
Raw 1000.
bleep.
And so John Cena against
Or
Raw,
10,000.
and then Damian Sandow against John Cena.
Yes. Damian Sandow, God bless
Bless
him.
your heart, yeah.
Why are you trying to cash in against Cena with a one-on-one match? What are you thinking?
I don't mean
Sean-
it's not his fault.
I will say this. I hope you're right.
I think we're due
I
for
think
somebody to
Corbin
cash in and not
sucks.
win. It's been
I hate Baron Corbin.
Dustin Storr would love you then. He cannot. I mean, I like Dustin.
Dustin.
Yeah. Give him the fist bump there. I like Baron Corbin.
so. Yeah, I'm going
I hate Baron
Shinsuke.
Corbin.
I think Shinsuke wins, gets beaten up by Jinder and the Singh brothers.
Does Orton get involved?
I think,
Does he
no.
RKO all three at once
No, I think he's
with
moving
3
on.
arms?
Maybe even Khali comes out and
Mortal
beats the
Kombat.
crap out of him. Corbin cashes in, and somehow Shinsuke either Kinshasa from out of nowhere or just a roll up. I think somehow.
Oh, if he does it, it's a roll up.
I think he cashes in, and then somehow Shinsuke pulls it off. That's what I'm thinking.
It'd be awesome because AJ and Shinsuke have a lot of history.
I will.
Yeah.
I want to see those two.
Yeah.
AJ makes the save. He phenomenal
I
forearms.
mean, y'all
his ass.
fantasy booking out
Fantasy
balls right
booking the hell
now.
out of this. All right,
All right.
and the main
So
event
what do we have? What do we have on that one?
We all got
Oh,
Shinsuke.
Shinsuke. Okay.
is. I
So
don't.
wait. So I'm sorry. Time out. I'm so sorry.
The floor is yours.
So with the earlier rules preside what we're got going on, that's not the right word. Help me out.
I don't know what the
They preside over what we've got going on.
Okay.
I think you're looking for take precedent over.
Sure.
They
I don't know.
preside.
Anyway,
Anyways, so we
Cheers.
have. Yeah. Good luck on this one, guys.
Don't break my tumblers. I stole those from the football game.
So we have the earlier
My old
rule
boss.
of the
He doesn't know what
winner
YouTube
has
is.
the title walking out.
I think
How
we're
does that
picking
work here?
this match.
Huh?
I think we're picking this match. I think
Without-
we're just saying Shinsuke beats
okay.
Jinder for
Okay.
the
Okay.
title.
Okay. Okay.
After that, it's all
Correct.
bonus
Everything else
point,
is
you know.
just half a bonus point.
So what was the difference in the earlier ones earlier?
We're talking about
there
if
wasn't
somebody
a world
wins.
title.
If
There wasn't a Money in the Bank.
Okay.
Tomorrow's gonna be fun.
This, yeah, good look
hey,
at it.
if the Shield,
YouTube.com/2player co-op. I hope
the
you guys
Raw
like
tag
this.
titles. If the Shield somehow win by DQ,
okay.
I'm gonna give you guys credit, not me, because they are still leaving with the title.
Okay,
but
okay.
this is just. I mean, we're picking that match, and then it's like a whole separate match.
We're
after
all
that.
picking Shinsuke to win the title, and
Okay.
then
after that, who
probably
knows?
lose it to Baron or not, whatever.
Right. Yes.
So do we all think that Baron's going to cash in then?
I
think so.
We all think he's going to cash in.
I
You and
think
I
he's
think
gonna
he's going
cash
to
in
win.
and
You think he's
lose.
going to lose.
Okay.
That's, I hope you are
So
right.
how
and
do
we're
you
wrong.
get points for this match if
bonus
Baron,
points?
Because we all have Shinsuke winning that match.
But if Baron cashes in and
Now,
loses,
if Baron cashes in during the match and all of a sudden it's an impromptu triple threat,
Then I don't
and
know.
Baron wins, then
we
we
throw
all
it out.
lose.
Sure.
But if Shinsuke beats Jinder, we
Sorry,
all win.
just bourbon thoughts here.
And then if Shinsuke loses,
That should be the Friday show. Bourbon thoughts.
If Shinsuke wins the title,
At this
Baron.
point, why wouldn't it be?
If Shinsuke wins the title, Corbin cashes in but loses. I'm not going to say, well, I win.
You get 1.5 points, and we get 1.
I mean, well, okay,
No.
well, okay, that's fine. That's fair.
I am the host.
He's a host.
Du jour. I'm the soup of the day. Sounds good.
What's
I'll
the
have
host
that.
du jour?
I'll have that.
Wait, is he not a host too?
No,
I'm host 2.
he's co-host. He hosts trivia.
True.
Shut up. I got a splinter on the table.
Balls?
Yeah, I can
Oh.
get-
Okay.
All right, Universal.
Yeah, sorry.
Universal
my bad.
Championship. Fatal 4-way. Is it a Fatal 4-way?
Yes.
Okay. Brock versus Roman versus Samoa Joe versus Braun Strowman. Is this elimination?
No.
No.
It is just first pin wins
Yep.
it. Okay. Brock versus Roman. I'm going to go against the grain,
Uh-oh.
and I'm going to pick the man who should have been champ a few months ago, but he blew out his elbow because Roman Reigns is a B. Braun Strowman is walking out as the Universal Champion.
I don't know if I'm ready to make that pick, but I was thinking about
Is
it.
this the... We talked about this a little bit. We didn't ever agree. This is the hossiest
Oh, yeah.
championship
How's this ring surviving this
of all
match?
time. You have 4 of the most, like,
Biggest bros.
hossiest
Yeah.
dudes of all time. Joe is going to kill people. Brock, if he's interested, is going to kill people. Braun Strowman's huge. Roman Reigns is going to drive by everybody. He's
He's going to do drive-by
Yeah,
around the whole ring.
No, you just damn it. That was my half a point.
He's gonna.
That was my
spear
half a
everyone
point.
at least
Somehow
once.
he's going to drive by kick, all three.
No, real drive-by, by the way.
He might.
Now, we're going to see an F5 on Strowman during this match, right? We have to.
That would be awesome.
Does it go through a table is the question.
No.
No,
Miller ring.
that'll kill somebody.
That's Miller ring. 2 count. Someone saves
Someone
it.
makes, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm locking it in. I'm going with Strowman.
I think we can all, well,
I think
What's your
Strowman has been the unsung.
No, you
I was just going to say, I think we can all agree that Brock is not walking out as champ.
But I don't think it has anything to do with what he said. I don't think he's going to, if he fights again in UFC or whatever, I think John Bones Jones would kick his ass.
Right now,
think. I think Brock
Really
is
different
too
weight
old. Yeah, but Bones said, I don't care. I'll fight. Anyway, I'll fight you. I think Braun has been the unsung. He's been the MVP of WWE since WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Every time that dude shows up and just, roar! Like, I could watch that over and over again.
He shattered his elbow and was back in what, 3 or 4 weeks?
Yeah, he John Cena that.
He should have been out for 6 months, and he was
Yeah.
back in less than 6 weeks. This guy, he's still technically a heel, I guess. Everybody,
There's almost no
loves
such
him.
thing. It's just,
Everybody's an in-betweener at this
Yeah.
point. I think I'm going Braun.
you have 3 heels in this match and 1 face, and everybody will be cheering for the
For
3
the
heels.
Who's the
heels.
face? Roman?
Roman, yeah.
No.
Yes.
The
Let
way
me
they
go
book
off.
it.
I know.
yeah,
Okay, let me say
technicality.
this. What they should have done, I forgot to talk about this 2 hours ago.
Can't read it.
The fact that Roman beat Undertaker in one of the worst main events ever. It was so hard to watch. The next night on Raw,
That was
you
your
had the
chance to turn him
ultimate
heel.
heel promo where he just stands,
I mean, he almost turned heel
This
for
is
a
my
night.
he
Yeah.
And then
stands
the
there
next
for
week he was
10
face again.
minutes. And it's just like,
This is my yard.
this is my yard.
Yeah.
And then you try to make him a face after that? Why?
I don't get it.
Just embrace it. You would I don't know. Sean, who you picking?
Who you taking?
Well, I was going to go Strowman, but now I don't know. Now I kind of want to. I don't think Brock's leaving with the title. I think Roman, it just seems too obvious, and the WWE knows that everybody thinks that Roman's going to win the title. I think they want to keep him in pursuit. I don't think he wins. It just seems like Samoa Joe is kind of like a.
I feel so bad for Samoa Joe.
I'm trying to think of what to compare him to, but it just seems like
He's a bridesmaid. Always a bridesmaid, never a
he's
bride.
almost like Vader back in the day. Like, very intimidating, but like not going to
God.
win the title. Like,
WWE
great comparison.
screwed
Yeah, great
Vader over.
comparison.
Oh, my
Yep.
God.
so
Good call.
Oh God. Roman, they got a good thing going with Roman and Strowman.
Mm-hmm.
And so it would make sense
Oh,
if
God, the
Strowman wins
ambulance.
that they're going to keep that feud going. But at the same time, like AJ and Owens, like, this has been good, but let's move on.
Yeah.
But I mean, I could see Joe versus Strowman.
Oh, my God. It would be awesome.
But then it's like,
So
okay,
are
well,
you-
now
are
what do
you
you do
going
with
to make
Roman?
a pick?
So who are you picking?
Where are you gonna make a pick? Do it.
You can write me down for Strowman. You haven't done it yet.
I'm going Strowman, too.
Really?
I'm sticking with my
I thought I was going outside the grain. Are
No.
you going to pick him too?
Nope.
Okay.
Going Joe.
Yes!
I just think this is the perfect moment for Samoa Joe to take a title. You've been building Joe since NXT. You've been building Joe as the next monster of WWE. What better way? Brock doesn't get pinned, but
Right. He doesn't have to get pinned. Yep.
right. So what better way to build Joe? And even if Joe holds the title till Survivor Series,
yeah.
you finally cemented in your history books of Joe holding the title. So Joe pins or submits Roman Reigns.
Oh, my God. If he chokes out Reigns, I will go nuts.
I don't think it's going to. What I think it's going to be is that Brock may F5 Roman Reigns.
And he shoves him out like AJ
And-
did in the triple threat with Jericho.
And Samoa Joe just slides in, pins him out, and then it's Samoa Joe with the title.
This, for some reason, do you remember SummerSlam 99? What was the main event?
Was that Foley and Austin and Big Show or something? Or Rock?
Foley, Austin, Triple H.
Oh, it's Triple H. okay.
Everybody in the world thought that's where Triple H wins his first world title.
Right.
He hadn't won the title by that point?
No.
No.
He won it the next night on Raw.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
all of a sudden, Triple H, I think, pedigreed Stone Cold. Mankind shoves him out. He picks up Stone Cold, gives him the double arm DDT, pins him 1, 2, 3. I'm like, we watched it together. I was like, Mankind just pinned Stone Cold Steve Austin in the middle of the ring. That's when you said this pick. I went to SummerSlam 99 because I think the odds, I have not looked up Vegas odds or anything. I got to think
They're not ready yet.
I got to think Joe is the lowest of the odds.
I think Strowman might be the lowest.
But you've been building up as this the monster.
Sure.
At some point, you got to crap or get off the pot with Strowman.
Right. Well, I don't know. I think Strowman is still so popular that he could survive even like 4 to 5 months before he's
You don't need to put
in
the title on.
picture.
Yeah.
Again. Yeah.
Think back to when it was the Wyatt family, and this dude was just a fat, tall dude with a black sheep mask or whatever it was. I was like,
With
this
a
guy sucks.
silly
Braun
ass
Strowman. What
Then
kind
you
Superman tattoo.
broke him off. Yeah, with the
of country strong.
it should be a Batman tattoo. Yeah, and he's got it's a state
North
of Tennessee.
Carolina. North
No,
Carolina.
it's Tennessee.
It's Tennessee,
No,
I thought.
It's North Carolina.
Come on and raise up.
Dude, I don't know.
All right, look it up.
I'm pretty sure that's a Tennessee tattoo.
Anyways, you will have if Strowman walks out as the champ,
That's a great night.
you will have I will say if it's Strowman or Joe, either way, it'll be one of the biggest pops in recent memory.
God, yeah.
Because people will go nuts. And especially depending I think if either of those guys wins it, I think Reigns should take the pin. Which will make the pop even bigger.
Sure.
Because they're pinning that guy.
Yeah.
Can we talk about baby faces in the WWE for a second?
Go for it. This is your podcast. You can talk about whatever you want.
Braun Strowman beats Roman Reigns fair and square. He shoves his greasy butt into the ambulance and shuts the door.
And then Roman Reigns drives.
Sword?
Here's his action figure, but that's definitely North Carolina. I think. All I know is it's not Tennessee.
It's not
but I think
Tennessee
that's
doesn't
North
go
Carolina.
down. I thought it was Tennessee.
too.
I thought he's from
I thought it was Tennessee
Knoxville.
too.
Roman Reigns is the sorest of sore losers. And he's like, oh, you beat me?
Now I'm
okay,
gonna kill you.
I'm going to jump out of this thing and
May
spear
possibly
you. I'm
commit
going to put you in the
manslaughter.
back of this thing, drive you to the back of the arena. I'm then going to hit you with an 18-wheeler, whatever the hell. No, I'm going to back you into something. By the way, WWE. When you've got 17 cameras around this
I
spontaneous
hate
moment,
when they do that.
you kill it. We know it's
Not
all
to mention
scripted, but come
AJ
on.
throwing Shane's head through the window, and there's miraculously a
Inside
camera
the
inside
car!
the car focused on that window.
Legit,
Like,
that's
come
like
on.
evidence for manslaughter.
Yes.
Like there should be a court date sometime soon for AJ Styles and or Roman Reigns.
How is Roman Reigns supposed to be a babyface when you are
Right.
legitimately trying to murder a dude on national TV?
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
Stone Cold and Pillman.
Well,
he never. Pillman fired the gun. Pillman was the heel. What are you talking about? Pillman had the gun.
Well, yeah, but Stone Cold broke into his house.
Breaking and entering is not attempted murder.
Depending on what state it is, he had every right to shoot him.
Oh no, you do. But then, well, that's okay. So Pillman was in the right.
I'm not comparing Roman and Stone Cold, but no, I mean I fully agree with you. Like,
By the way, if you look back at the Hart Foundation, Bret Hart, Owen Hart, British Bulldog. I just forgot his name.
Brian Pillman,
Brian Pillman.
Bret Hart's not dead, if that's what you're getting.
No, I'm saying he's alive. The other three are dead.
Oh,
and he's
Neidhart.
also had a
Neidhart's
horrible
also
stroke.
alive. Jim Neidhart.
yep.
I thought you were listening to all of them that were dead. You're like, Bret Hart. Oh, I'm like, yeah, Bret's not dead. But no, 3 of the 5.
Wait,
Still
Neidhart
alive in
is
some
alive?
way-
As far as I know.
Yeah, yeah.
He is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
That's not his dad.
Yeah.
No, I know that. But they try to make. Why does Natty have Bret's entrance music?
And the sharpshooter, and yeah.
No,
Well, because she trained in the dungeon, man.
I guess, but
they make it out like Bret is her dad, not Neidhart.
Well, Brett's her
They call her Natty Hart.
uncle.
They don't
Well, they
call
used
her
to call her
Natty
Natty
Neidhart.
Neidhart.
Now she's Natty
now
Hart.
she's just Natty.
Well, I mean,
Natty Light.
Well, she trained in the dungeon. That's why.
R.I.P. Stu.
Yeah.
He's dead, right? He's got
He's got to be dead. If he's not, he's like 100.
So, who are we going with?
I'm going with
Strowman, Joe.
All right.
God, if Joe wins, there's a 100% chance I'll probably call both of you.
As long
and then
as
do a half naked dance.
Get your camera rolling. As long as Roman does not walk out as the champ,
I'm
happy.
So
I'll be happy.
See, I actually like Roman,
I hate him.
but I don't think it's time to put the title on him yet.
I'd be fine with him having the title if you go full heel. You're
Right.
still trying to shove him down our throats.
Sure.
As Cena
Well, then, like, Triple H will say, like,
or Hogan.
oh, you want us to make him a heel? He gets booed everywhere he
But
goes.
That's not
He's
the
obviously
same
no.
thing.
You're
You are
not
booking
booking
him as a
heel.
baby face.
Right. There's a
Right.
difference. I don't get it. Like, why? I don't know. They got to do it eventually, but
So, Sean, run through our picks, and then we'll wrap this up.
all right. So
3
we
hours
agree across the board on 6 of 12.
Okay.
I got the Shield. You guys got the Bar. Apparently,
I will say this.
never
wait,
heard them referred to this way. But
Wait. There's a wild card in this.
Oh, boy.
We don't have Little Nick and Noah's picks yet.
we'll add that. Yeah, we'll add.
I think
them
they
after
will
the fact.
probably beat all of us.
In technicality, I'm kind of like Little Nick.
How?
I'm not really tall.
You're also younger than us.
Shut up.
Wait, how old are you? 28.
Just turned 31.
Oh,
Last
so you're
Friday.
in your 30s. Okay, you're not as
Just
young,
thir-
as that, but you are younger.
31
than us.
last Friday.
I'm about to be on the second half of 30s in
You already are.
3 months.
so,
Shut up.
So summer.
30 to 34, and then 35 to 39.
You can.
By the way, Logan can take. Like
Logan can take all these cups and shove it straight up his candy ass.
Yeah, Logan can take Team Young and just run with. I don't want to be on Team Young anymore. that lifestyle is not part of me anymore.
I'm so sick of
I
him.
picked up my song and threw out my back. So I'm good on Team Young anymore.
All right.
That's me like Logan, Adam.
and
you-
not this guy. No, he's about to be 32.
Yeah, you can't be on Team
You
Young
can't be
anymore.
on Team
Yeah,
Young.
I'm about to be 32.
You have as much gray hair as I do.
I'm already 32, by the way.
How old am I? I'm 35. You're about to be 33.
I have gray hair.
What did my tweet say? I said the almost 31-year-old.
I don't know
or
what
something.
you.
I have gray hair that we can't talk about on camera.
Mine.
All right.
Okay,
Anyway.
Sean.
All right. Raw tag titles. I got the Shield. You guys got the Bar. Cruiserweight.
No,
I
it's
got
not the Shield.
two-thirds of the Shield.
Two-thirds.
The She.
No. Okay.
SHIE. I get it. He's.
Yeah.
math.
Get it?
I minored in math.
Cruiserweight. I got Tozawa. You both got Neville. SmackDown Women's. We all have Naomi, Cena, Corbin. We all have Cena, Finn, Bray. We all have Finn, Show, and Cass. We all have Cass. SmackDown
remember
tag
picking that
titles. We have New Day. You got the Usos. Orton and Rusev. We
Not
have
because I want to.
Orton. You got Rusev.
Yep.
Women's title. We got Alexa. He's got Sasha.
I like this.
AJ and Owens. We all got AJ. Ginger and Shinsuke. We all got Shinsuke.
Ginger again.
The redheaded Indian.
Universal. Strowman, and Joe. So,
There's a good chance that we do not end in a tie.
well, okay. So I'm on my own in 1, 2, just 2 of them. Nick is on. Oh, this works out perfectly. Nick is on his own. So I'm on my own with 2/3 of the Shield and Tozawa. Nick is on his own with Joe and Sasha. Oh, and Rusev. You are only on your own with the Usos.
1, 3, 2. Okay, this will not end in a tie.
I don't.
Ends
I
in
think
a
it
tie.
mathematically can't.
Nick and Noah will probably beat all of us.
Probably.
Yeah.
Winner gets the belt. Metaphorically.
Really? Okay. I'd rather just have the $400. This has been episode 87 of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. Thank you guys so much for being here and hanging in with us for
Hanging in or hanging out.
Hanging in. But to get to 2 hours into this podcast, you have to hang in with us. Thank you all so much for being here. Obviously, you're either watching this at youtube.com/2playercoop. You should hit the subscribe button and hit the like button. But hey, if you're watching us at nerd901.com, that's also awesome. Because you know what? We're all part of the Nerd 901 family. Go to nerd901.com for all things nerdy in Memphis and around the globe. Nick can tell you more about Nerd 901. #cheap plug.
Do you want me to go with a new pitch or?
You just pitch it.
You
Pitch
got the
that
floor.
tent.
How about we'll leave this up to the comments.
Okay.
Okay. So I've got 2 different slogans.
You got 2 different Logans?
Oh gosh.
X24.
How many more Logans do we need?
We don't need any more Logans if he's watching
Just
this.
get the
If
one
I was
Logan.
friends,
Logan, if you're watching this, comment
Just
below.
need
Let us know
you,
you're
just
still watching.
you.
if I was friends with Logan growing up and we had a race and I beat him, I would call him Slogan.
Logan. Yeah.
Logan, don't take that.
Love you, Logan.
Don't take that.
We don't love you, young buck punk. Young Bucks. What are the Young Bucks?
What?
Get out of here.
Okay,
All right,
go.
anyway, so new. Oh gosh.
They rocks.
Nice. Very nice. All right. One of 2 slogans is gonna
This
work.
is my favorite podcast ever.
It's gonna be local nerdy site for local nerdy people in the 901, or local nerdy take on nerdy news you need to know about.
I like the second one because I like my nerdy knees. You need nerdy knees.
Nerdy news.
Nerdy news you need to know about.
I was telling, so all right. So y'all. So leave comments.
All right, one more time. What are they? What are the options?
The first 2.
Yep.
Oh,
Wait,
God.
how many are there?
I mean, the only
Are there only 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like,
first
I
2?
just read them. So local nerdy site for local nerdy people.
Okay.
That's in the 901.
Yep.
But we'll welcome more people. Or local nerdy take on nerdy news you need to know about.
I vote 2.
I vote 2, but I think get rid of that about.
What
The
was it
nerdy
without the
news-
about?
Nerdy news you need to know.
Ah.
Get that about.
Oh.
Get the F out.
Get that.
Get the about
Get
out.
the about.
Get the
F
out.
By the way, F the World Wildlife Fund.
No. Pandas.
I love pandas. I love animals, but
And
I like
tigers.
they should have come to a agreement.
No, I
because
know, but now WWF sounds weird.
It does, but at the time, I never said WWE. It took me 3 or 4 years to say WWE
It took me a while.
I'm not
because
buying this.
because I'm a nerd. It is a federation makes it sound more legitimate than entertainment.
What else is a federation? You have like the National Football League, the
It's not a
National Hockey
federation.
League,
One of the WBs, there's a federation of boxing.
WBF.
Yes, that would be the one.
One of those world boxings. They have
This
a
has been a great
federation.
podcast.
They got a federation. Hey, you should also check us out on Twitter. I'm at Kevin White 24. He's at Real Sean White. Together we're at 2player_co-op. He is at Nerd 901 Nick.
Yep. Change it.
Newly changed. You
Yep.
can also check out at Nerd_901.
Sure.
Okay, is that right? Is
Yes,
right,
that's
right.
right, yeah.
Okay. On YouTube, I'm YouTube. We are
On YouTube.
I'm the YouTube.
On YouTube, I'm YouTube.
Subscribe to YouTube.com/2player_co-op.
Hey, new Instagram, by the way.
Instagram.com/nerd901.
Sure. No.
Cheap plug. What is it?
It's nerd_9.
Oh.
Letter O.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, the
Oh,
O face.
one, yeah.
Sean, do you like audio?
No. Yeah, it's all right.
I
Nobody
do.
that likes
I like
audio
it.
is still watching or listening, but you should go to iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and audio services. You're holding a pen. I just realized that. All around the world. Also, we have a Facebook page that we never update, but this guy does.
We do.
Go to facebook.com/2player_co-op gaming to check out all our updates. The page that we don't update.
But we updated at nerd Facebook/nerd901.
Facebook/nerd.
Facebook.nerd/com.
Yeah.
It's
Facebook/nerd901.
Angelfire.net/GeoCities.
We got these guys on our Facebook page. Don't worry.
God almighty. This has been episode 87. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you for being here, sir.
Man, thank you so much.
Sean,
Fist
Guys.
bumps all around.
as always, cheers. No, I mean, fist bump, cheers.
What am I doing?
Jesus.
I already did the fist
What
bump.
happened?
3 fist bumps at
Oh,
once.
the triple. Well, that was 4.
Well, I mean, I just got both of y'all over here.
Avengers Unite. Episode 87. Sean, take us out. Catch your stupid pen. This time.
Thank you for playing. I went
Oh,
way
my
out.
God.
He did do it.
I
No.
felt that go out there.
No.
I reached out. But
That's
I
so
was
Hey,
close.
when I want to get on the back of the box challenge, what happened?
We We're gonna talk because this
Okay.
dude's leaving me for like 6 weeks or something. I don't know.
yeah.
You got
Not
issues.
really, but yeah, for a while.
Just do the snap.